Hello everyone, we are back, and this time we're finally into the round of 4. It's going to be another Protoss versus Zerg. It's going to be my boy Snow facing off versus Shine. We saw Snow absolutely obliterate Hero 3-0. Shine versus Sins was really close. I highly recommend that series if you have not seen it. Let's take a look at the bracket, see who's in the round of 4 so far. As I mentioned today, Snow versus Shine, but in the bottom side, that's going to be another interesting matchup, Sharp versus Best. They played in ASL, and I remember Best, like on stream, he was hoping that he got Sharp, and well, he got him, and he ended up losing. So, this is a bit of a revenge match right there. But let's take a look at our map picks for this particular series. We've got Citadel for Shine, Blitz for Snow. Oh, look at that. We've got Troy third. Somehow that gets picked third. Then Apocalypse, Retro, Dark Origin, and Radeon if we get there. Who do I like in this map order? I feel like Apocalypse is a good map, but you know, maybe that's just ZVT that it's good. Overall, I think this is, I don't know, I still like Snow here. I think he's just too good these days, especially after crushing Hero, who had something like a 70% win rate versus Protoss and ASL. But hey, you never know, Shine's a completely different player. So with all that said, let's get into game 1. It's going to be Citadel. Okay, so in the top left are Zerg. It is Shine. And in the bottom right, we do have Snow. Now, I can't remember the openers in the Snow versus Hero series, but I remember vividly, at least the Protoss openers in the Shine versus Sins series. It was 12 Nexus after 12 Nexus after 12 Nexus, followed up with a Gateway instead of a Forge. Sins was just trying to get away with a crazy opener. And it made sense, kinda. Like, if you're gonna 12 Nexus and you can't stop an early pool anyways, you might as well just go for the Hail Mary. So I wonder if Snow looked at those games and will try and implement something like that into his play. You know, versus someone like Shine, he's very dangerous. I would be surprised if we don't see, you know, a lot of early pool builds. But in the Sin series, it was consistently like 12 hatch. So we'll see if he tries to go into that same style once again. Meanwhile, Snow already mixing it up compared to, or going for a completely different opener compared to the Sin series. It's going to be a 9-gate. And there we go. This is a 9 pool from Shine. Oh, no, sorry, not a 9 pool. It's an over pool from Shine. So already opening with early pool. I think in the first game of Shine versus Sins, it was Retro, right? And he ended up opening overpool, but Sins was still able to hold it with his 12 Nexus gate opener simply because he was cross map. I wonder how this will play out. The early aggression from both sides. A little bit better macro opener for Shine compared to the, you know, a 9 pool opener, and there goes the hatchery at the natural. Meanwhile, it's always just a question of how many zealots is it gonna be? Is it gonna be 1, 2, 3, even more before that Nexus goes down? Drone got off the first shot. However, the turnaround shot, the probe's gonna win that battle, man. Oh, I've seen this before. You're not getting away. That thing's dead. Oh, it's painful. And this is why, well, one of the several reasons why Snow is a killer. He's just ruthless with the probe, ruthless with his micro, with the reavers. We know he's a menace in PvT, but already it's looking like it's going to be a bad day for Shine, losing his first drone on in the first game. And look at this. That was a pretty fast gas from Shine. What was this, like a 240 gas? Hasn't put down his third hatch just yet. And he's already missing a drone. I mean, I already feel like his econ's going to be crippled. And it ended up being, what was it, 2 zealots before Nexus? And now he is on the move. And unfortunately for Shine, Snow's cross spawn, so he has no idea of the opener. Maybe he's thinking that, oh, this guy didn't go Zealot because it should have been at my natural by now. But hello, we're gonna have 2 in just a moment. And look at that worker count. It's already a doubling. It's 9 to 18. This is a disaster. 2 Zealots. I think a probe, if it focuses the hatch, can kill the hatch. But this hatchery has been going for quite a while. It's got a lot of HP already. But it is critical that Shine somehow deals with these Zealots without taking too many losses. What was this? 10 Lings have been built. 7 right there. Plus 2 in the main. Plus 1 at the natural. I actually think Shine's going to all in. Yeah, I mean, he's pulled off of gas. I think at this level, if you lose your first drone this early and you go into fast gas like this, you know, your econ is just 2-shot. This really just looks like a telegraphed all-in. Yeah, it's going to be an all-in. I can't see it being Lings just to get control over, you know, these 4 or 5 Zealots. 24 workers to 9. Forges, it's done now, but no cannons are up. There is a world where Shine could make this work. I mean, you got to build a cannon, man. Like, oh, did speed kick in? Speed already kicked in, and actually, oh, Ling got in, and that's painful. Zealot is actually very far forward. He doesn't know how many Lings this is. Oh no! Oh, he almost gets surrounded. This is panic mode for Snow right here. That gateway's gonna die, and there's gonna be so many. Look at this. The Zealots at the left side have actually moved out of that hatchery to try and come back and defend, but there's so many Lings here. Probes are being pulled, but it's way too late. He did not expect it to be a full-on all-in. These Zealots are still so strong, holding the line. Cannon is about to finish. Probes. Zealot is so strong. No way. Oh, just the last shot gets taken down. I think if actually that cannon had survived, this would have been a hold. But now there's a massive gap. There's no way to build any more Zealots. It's just probes now. He's got a body block, and pray to God that these probes and Zealot can hold the line here. It looks like he took care of that Ling that was in the natural, but the probes are falling left and right. Oh, the Zealot died. Oh, he's in the main. And there's nothing in the main, right? Oh my gosh, look. Snow was so far ahead. His cybernetics is already done. But he doesn't have a gate anymore. He can't build anything. 3 Lings in the main can kill all of the probes. And that means, or okay, is it only 2? I thought it was 3. Are we gonna actually stabilize here? I mean, Snow has some money. He could build it. What? He killed the probe. Or he killed the Ling, I mean. Get that Ling. Get that Ling. Oh. Okay, got all the Lings. What? Is there's still no Zealot, right? Oh, it's just, Snow still doesn't know that it's a mass Ling. Oh, the probes are not pulled. And I thought that maybe Snow had held, but it's not going to be the case. All these probes are going to die. And what was a dream opener for Snow ends up being a slightly too late cannon, and I'm going to say Shine stole that game because he had no business of winning that one after the first probe killed that drone and forced a really low eco opener, so a little bit of a misread there from Snow. And Shine has already got a 1-0 lead. That's going to be a momentum swing in his favor. Going to tilt Snow that he let that one get through. So let's get into game 2 now. I think it was Snow's pick, right, on the first map? This should be Shine's pick now. Is that right? No. I think this is actually Snow's pick. I think Shine's pick was Citadel, if I'm remembering correctly, because I remember Troy was Shine's pick. So in the top right, we do have Shine. And in the bottom right, we do have Snow. So even though Snow fell right there, I don't think he's probably thinking too much about it. He knows that he got a little bit too greedy, misread the situation. If he holds there, which he almost did, by the way, that Ling just getting off the last shot, taking down that cannon, was really the difference maker. If that single cannon lives, I think maybe Shine could have tried to transition out of it, but I don't think a Ling All-In, a follow-up Ling All-In, would have worked. And I think at that point, what was it, 9 drones to 15 probes? Still, obviously, it would have been a deficit, especially since Snow had his cybernetics already done, but maybe there was a world where Shine could have transitioned. But either way, none of that matters because the game ended, and now we're here on Blitz. And Snow, I don't see that probe going out. This may actually be 12 Nexus. Okay, there it goes. I thought he was going to go for a little bit of a faster send out here, because even though this is a 10 gate, you know, it's actually kind of like oh, it's a forge. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, there's no way a probe is missing their 10 gate timing this badly. So it ends up being a forge opener. You know, actually coming into the series, I was thinking that this particular opener, the forge opener, would be a good opener versus Shine. And the reason I say that is not that I don't think Shine could go hatch first, you know, again in the majority of the games in this series, but I think because he showed it, like, what was it, 4 out of 5 games or 3 out of 5 games versus Sins, I really do think that it's more likely that he's going to pool first the majority of the games in this season, in this series. Now look at that block. He blocks it twice. It wasn't the biggest delay, maybe what, 3 or 4 seconds, something like that. But it is going to be a fast Nexus follow-up. And with the Forge opener, all these Ling All-Ins are just not really going to do anything. But I do not think we're going to have a Ling opener this time. Let's see if the probe can get anything done. Okay, he spots that it is just 4 Lings. And once again, Shine is going for a somewhat quick gas. 230 off of an overpool feels quicker than usual. I feel like when I was trying to off-race as Protoss, you know, a couple years ago, I think the general timing with the extractor was like 235, but I don't remember whether it was off of an overpool or off of a hatch first. Either way, 230 is, you know, it doesn't sound like a big difference, but 5 seconds is a big difference. Anyways, third hatch going down at the close by third base. And you know, I actually feel like I haven't seen that many PVZs on Blitz. Of course, we had the epic one of Snow versus Sulky in ASL. We did have Hero versus Snow last week, or last round, I mean. But that didn't really turn into a great game because Hero was just down the entire game. Now that probe got in and saw that it is Lair at the natural. Not going to be Hydras, at least not just yet. Shine is definitely sneaky enough to cancel it though. But fact that he built it at the natural is kind of weird to do that, because now he doesn't even have the option to cancel it. I mean, there's no way that you're going to cancel it with a probe at your natural, right? It would be too easy to poke in. I think Snow is probably thinking along the same lines. Like, dude, you built it at the natural? Like, now I know you can't cancel it. So maybe that's why he does cancel it, right? Maybe he's feeling like he's going to get a guaranteed kill on the probe somehow and, you know, hit him with the unorthodox Hydra follow-up. But it's not going to happen this time. And in Snow's main, it is Stargate. Like, we're still just chasing that probe. First Zealot just did a slight move out. Overlord also, I saw poked in and I saw that he saw all of the tech. That is a lot more Lings than... What? Is this a Ling All-In again? No way, man. Can this work? I mean, it is only 1 cannon, but there's 3 Zealots. Okay, well, here we go. Zealot in the front. He's gonna try and bust down that gate again, but I don't know about this. It's way easier to get in on top of this cannon compared to Citadel. Okay, an immediate building of a forge. Okay, that was really nice, and this got shut down instantly. He does kill, I guess, what, 2 probes, but that was definitely not worth. And I don't know if Shine is just in panic mode versus Snow, or what the deal is, because there was no opportunity there to go for a Ling bust. But Well, now what do? You're not transitioning out of this, that's for sure. Yes, you have 3 hatcheries, but getting 2 probes, that was not enough. And the tech is already up and running. For Snow, it's not like you killed the gate before he got a cybernetics or anything. I mean, he's got all of his tech. Overlord's gonna start dying. I feel like all you can actually do is all in here, but what's your all in? You don't have your nat gas. You don't have hydrogen. You don't have lurkers or anything. So is he just gonna try and play like 5 mutas, try and get some probe kills, and try and play a macro game? I'm just not seeing how that's gonna work out. He's also lost already 2 overlords. Now he immediately builds armor on his overlords. I feel like you got to. He may even lose a 3rd overlord, but it looks like he's going to actually try and play out of this. He's got a 4th hatch coming down, but this is really rough. Snow's got a 10 worker advantage. He's gonna have his gates coming down pretty soon. I saw in his main the Citadel was coming up in just a second. And at this point, just what do you do as Shine? I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like it's just going to be drone. But we saw that in the Snow versus Hero game, and it was also on Blitz, and it did not go very well. Snow just hit his gateway timing and pretty much just ran him over. I feel like we're already setting up for that potential scenario. To have 4 hatch... Okay, I guess he's now started his 5th hatch at his natural, but to have 5 hatch just now starting at a situation like this is really not looking great for Shine here, and it's looking amazing for Snow. It really feels like his game to lose at this point. I really do think Snow could do literally anything. He could take a 3rd base. He could just mass gates. I mean, he could go DT, try and get... Oh, I was going to say he could go double Stargate, because like I said, I feel like the only way back into this game is to go mutas and just try and pray that your mutas get a lot of kills. Now, this is going to be a good trade for Shine. He catches the Zealots, you know, on a weird move out. I mean, it's only 5 Zealots. They also don't have +1 weapon, so they get taken out pretty easily. But Shine... I don't think he was expecting this. This is double Stargate, and he's going to lose so much here. There are already, what, 7 Corsairs, something like that? And I didn't even see that many Scourge. What was it, maybe like 6? Okay, actually there are a lot of Scourge. However, can you engage into this? Okay, the Zealots can spot them. Wow, there's actually a lot of Mutalists and Scourge here. However, the Scourge should not have +1 armor, but the Corsair should have +1 weapon, and that went about as expected in an immediate GG. Feel like that's all you could have really done there is try and play mutas, but yep, that Ling all-in just set him way too far behind, and that means we've got a 1-1 score. And now we're going to be going back into Shine's pick. It's going to be Troy, so let's get into this. Alrighty. I think this is one of the few games we get to see of Troy, and in the top right we do have Snow, whereas Shine this time has spawned in the bottom left. We did see, who is it, Hero versus Scan, and Scan 5 pool. Okay, I was just about to say Scan had an interesting build, and the game just immediately ended because there was a Ling flood. So hopefully we get to see, you know, like a real cool build on this map, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen because it's going to be a 5 pool. However, 5 pool in Zerg versus Protoss, you can macro out of it. Unlike a 4 pool, you can actually macro out of it, and unlike in Zerg versus Terran, where 5 pool is just not a thing, in Zerg versus Protoss, definitely you can macro out of it. Now, with it being a high ground natural, will Snow get greedy here and go for something like 12 Nexus? If it's 12 Nexus, the game's over. If it's Gateway, I actually think Gateway is pretty good versus this, but I'm not a Protoss player. That's just my opinion here. 10 Gate, I think that's 10. Oh, yeah, 10 gate, okay. And is he going to go cross scout? I mean, there would be absolutely no reason to cross scout here. But, you know, I've seen weirder scout patterns than that. And he's going to go bottom right. Not going to find him there. And look at this. Pool already done. Ling's going to be on the way. And the drone is going to see that it is cross spawn. So Snow got a little bit lucky in the sense that it is cross spawn. Oh, what's this? Double gate! Double gate! So there's only a... Okay, actually I think there's 2 openers. Between the gates, of course, and at the bottom side of the extractor. Now, 2 gate versus this, I think... Of course, if you go forward first and blindly immediately build a cannon, that's the best opener. But this is, I think, the best actual opener other than an immediate blind counter with the forge. Now, by the way, the Lings avoided the probes, which means, hello, he's about to be on top of that pylon. And that pylon is very, very far forward. Probes are now being pulled way too late. Zealot luckily gets out in the nick of time, but like I said, there's another gap at the bottom, right? Yeah, we're in. Oh, this is a disaster. However, Probe Zealot combo is really good. Oh, full surround! That Zealot is taking so much damage. Oh, so much damage. It's gonna die! Dude, is this game already over? Is this it? We're gonna have 2-1? 6 Lings still alive, right? Yeah, and Shine's macroing out of it. This is what you can do with a 5 pool. Now, Snow... He didn't pull all of his probes, so he still had Econ coming. Oh, that's the Herd Zealot, right? Yep, see you later. Now what are you going to do? The probes are not here. Okay, the Star Step Micro is really good, but Snow needs another Zealot. Okay, there it is. And it looks like actually Snow is going to hold this. That was so close to being a disaster. I thought that the full surround was going to end the game, but we're actually going to get into, you know, a normal-ish game, sort of, I guess. Now that the Zealot count is starting to ramp up, you know, there's potential for Snow to actually go for a counterplay. Also, I want to mention, I think this may be the first... Okay, I already thought of one. I was going to say it's the first 2-gate I've seen at pro level, but that's not true, because I saw Mini versus Soul Key on Retro, right, in ASL, where he 2-gated, and I remember Mini 2-gated versus Larva also in ASL, but other than those 2 games, I mean, I just never see 2 gates at this level. Now, here we go. Snow, I feel like if you're Snow here, you're hesitant to push, because this guy just Ling all-in'd you twice. One, it was very evident that it was going to be a Ling all-in, and I think it was a right call from Snow, or from Shine. Second game, he Ling all-in'd into... you know, with the blitz setup, and there's just no chance of that working. So Snow, he's really hoping that this was macro, and it looks like he's not committing just yet. Okay, now here he goes. I thought he was actually going to the left side looking for a third base, but instead he's looping around towards that natural. There's not that many Lings. I think that 3 Zealots will actually win this battle. And by the way, in Snow's main, I see that he does have his assimilator going up. So this is not going to be Fast Nexus as a follow-up. It's going to be some type of tech. Really good stutter set micro right there, but there's just too many Zerglings. And Snow, he was too worried about it being an all-in. You can see that that's probably why he didn't send everything. Because if he sends everything and it's an all-in and immediately gets countered, he's dead. Right? So I think that was a smart move. Instead, just playing cautiously here. I mean, he has so many Zealots. A single cannon. Wow. Okay, he was right. It was actually a lot of Lings. This was another Ling all-in. So cannon's coming up. And, you know, I don't play Troy here. It looks like there's actually a gap at the top side. Gap at the bottom side, as we know. Oh, man, Shine is just relentless with this Ling all-in. I mean, he's not mining gas anymore. Okay, another big engagement. Pro's being pulled. Cannon is going up. Ling actually into the natural, trying to take down the cannon. More Lings coming. There's just way too many Zealots. I don't think this is going to work. But 5 Lings get into the main, and this is going to get weird. Cannon goes up. Okay, immediate probe drill. Cybernetics is very far towards the left side, by the way. That could get killed off by Lings. Instead, he loses basically every single Ling there. That was the perfect drill. Dude, once again, a massive Ling all-in. This time around, I don't necessarily disagree with it. I think attacking into the natural was a bit weird. Instead, just wait for Protoss to come out. But now, once again, just like on Blitz, it's just a huge deficit. I guess this time around, luckily for him, Snow doesn't have another Nexus. So it's clearly not as bad, right? You're going to be able to you're going to be able to close the gap in the workers. And Protoss, again, has no intel on what this is. The Overlord sees the Zealot move out, so any move out is just going to get immediately taken down. But if Snow built like one more cannon here, and then just went with like 9 Zealots, I don't know if Shine could actually hold this. But again, that's because I have full intel, and I know what's going on. Okay, here we go. A mix-up. It's going to be Hydra Den. Can't remember. Was the lair going? I think there was no lair. Either way, I just saw a big usage of gas. I'm going to guess that that's for range. I don't think speed would be very useful in this particular scenario. I'm going to guess that it's range. First Corsair coming out onto the map, and he's going to try and get a look at what's going on, finally see what this guy is up to. And he'll see, I guess, the good news that Zerg is just trying to macro out of it, but he intercepts one Hydra, so maybe he's not macroing out of it. Maybe it is just going to be another Ling Hydra all in. Try and catch Snow sleeping, but I don't think he's going to fall for it this time. But it is high ground. I mean, that's just a massive advantage for Protoss. It's going to be really hard to bust this. I think, at least. You know, I don't play Troy. Every season there's a map that's just an immediate veto for me, and I gotta tell you, Troy was, I think, the fastest I've ever vetoed a map. I was just like, nope. Not today, Blizzard. I could deal with the weird terrain, but as soon as you add in those assimilators where it all of a sudden can turn stuff into, you know, islands, no sir, not for me. Hydra's pecking away at that citadel, or at that gateway. It's only, yeah, it's like, is there only 3 Hydras? But that's not true, it's 6. A weird follow-up from Snow. I can't believe he built goons. I wonder what the purpose of that was. Because I don't really think that they help in this scenario either. Like, if the Zealots aren't going to get on top of the Hydras, I don't think the goons are going to be, like, enough to push these back either. Now, I do see more units being rallied across the map, so is this really a Hydra all-in? I mean, he's getting rid of all the gateways. There's not going to be much production, but there's still a lot of Zealots and goons here. And it's high ground. I mean, the way he's moving his Overlord into position makes me think that he wants to bust this. If a single DT comes out, it's not going to save the day. Wow, a lot of Zealots just fell there. What was it, 2 or 3? He's going for it. Zealot going to fall, and another Zealot going to fall. None of the Hydras. Okay, one of the Hydras now just died. 2 of them died. I think with all the Lings now dying, maybe this will finally just get stalled out. As I say that, though, 2 more Hydras being sent across. Wow, something I'm also just now realizing is that these Hydras can probably range that gas. That's super annoying. He's not going to be able to build as many Templars as he wants. Obviously, gas is very important in PvZ, especially for Protoss. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it actually can't range it. Like I said, this is an immediate veto for me, and I don't play PvZ, so not sure exactly. Okay, yeah, he can range it. Yeah, this is super annoying. So maybe that's why Shine is just not willing to give this up, is he just really wants to punish this guy, not let him get any gas. And behind this, you know, he's transitioning quite well. He's got his 5th hatch coming up. I think Snow has speed, but he spent so much money on cannons, like his gateway timing has stagnated. His Zealot count is heavily reduced. I don't think this is enough to get out of his base. Looks like that cannon is going to push back the Hydra, so he'll be able to mine his gas. So that's nice that this can actually be saved. But overall, I like this build order from Shine this time. And I like how He's got more econ this time. He's got his 5 hatches. He's looking like he's in a better spot than he was, for sure, in the previous 2 games. Now diligently taking out these assimilators. Now if you're Protoss, what do you do for bases? You're going to have to shuttle to all of your other bases, the close by third base, and these middle bases. You no longer can get these for free. This is going to be really annoying. Now the Sares have done a good job to get a read on this. He knows exactly what's going on. In fact, you remember he canceled that 1 cannon by his Nexus. He knows that Shine is, you know, in full macro mode now, really powering up. Overlord, your buddy's left you, man. It's gonna get taken down. And I see a lot of blocks in Snow's main finally going down. This is gonna be a lot of pressure, but, you know, if you can't hold your third base, you can just kill the assimilator and you'll be fine. I hope that Shine has gotten the lurker upgrade. He can just morph a lurker to buy time and then kill the assimilators if he has to. Now look at this, he's already killing one of them. I think Hydra's fit through there as long as 1 assimilator is up. It's a really good game sense from Shine to do that. You know, he's the king of strategy. I would imagine he'd come up with moves like this, and like I said, a lot of gateways coming down. That's going to be 7 gate for him. Snow already got a robo. I didn't even see it get built, but he's taking his third base on the low ground, so he's going to have 3 bases. It's going to be hard to defend that from mass mutas, and the fact that the Spire is basically done, and it looks like the Overlord sat over top of the Hydra, over the Spire to kind of hide that it was built. I think a muta switch could maybe not necessarily in this game, but potentially shut down that third base. I don't think there's very many Corsairs. Yeah, there's only 1 right now. I would love to see 9 Mutalisks pop out right now and go for that third base. Meanwhile, bottom right, that's going to be another base going up for Shine. I didn't even see a drone get over there. Somehow he managed to get away from Protoss' army. And that is mutas, by the way. That is actually 9 mutas, or 8 mutas, something. It is 11 mutas, my bad. And like I said, if it goes straight to the third base, I think this is a denial. I think there are Templars, right? But they're not Archons. They're not morphed just yet. Instead, he's going to lose a couple of Zealots here. Storm? Okay, I mean, it wasn't terrible. But 3 okay, maybe not. Maybe not. 3 cannons with 3 Corsairs. Maybe this is enough to hold. Oh, and he elevated down a Templar. Okay, Snow. But look at the supplies and look at the worker count. 49 to 49, 130 to 110 supply. This feels like a dream scenario for Zerg, right? There's nowhere to attack because Zerg can just cut it off. If he goes into Hive, he can immediately, you know, teleport units everywhere with his Nidus. Now, I know he doesn't have Hive just yet. I'm just saying, though, that Zerg will be able to do that. However, my own opinion of PvZ is there is no comparison. Late game Protoss versus late game Zerg. Protoss just has too many effective spells, too much AoE. However, Muta's got off some good snipes there. Snipes the Templars. Didn't lose too many either. Can they get any of the Corsairs? Oh, he pokes down 2 of them. That's nice. But these Hydras are going to be taken down. But this bottom right base is safe. You're not going to be able to get in there. And if you're Snow, I think Snow, he's got like map control in the sense that his army, I don't think, can lose like a straight up engagement right now. Because he also has the 1/1 upgrades. But yeah, how's he gonna get a base? Okay, I guess I didn't think about this. Just because the other guy has the other main doesn't mean you can't take the natural of it. And he's got a probe here. He's gonna set up for it, and he is sending stuff into the main. Hopefully there's Reavers. Are these Reavers? What is this? Nothing? Oh, he doesn't have anything loaded. Are those all mutas? I mean, remember, he's been mining on 3 gases. This could definitely be pure muta. Oh my god, that's not mutas. That is Scourge and mutas. He lost all the Corsairs. There's no way he unloads, right? Okay. I guess the ranged Dragoons are stronger than I thought. He's going to continue to unload here. I guess the Goons, Mutas have, what, a range of 3 or something, whereas the Goons with their range upgrade, I think, have range of 9 or something crazy. So, yeah, maybe this base is actually going to die. Really crisp timing here from Snow, and there's just not enough, Zerg, I don't think, to really deal with this. Instead, Zerg, I think, has already sacked it. He's going to try and go for a counter, but where are you countering? You're not countering the natural, that's for sure. Okay, I was hoping that maybe there was an Overlord mixed in, go for a drop at the island base, but I didn't see any Overlords there, so I don't think there's going to be a drop. Here we go, into the fourth row. That's a lot of Sunkens. The Zealots and the Dragoons aren't going to win this, right? Yeah, they're not winning this. Okay, well, I guess Zerg is actually going to hold that. Also, with the Lurker setup, I mean, it's just going to be really tough. Wait. He loaded up a probe. Okay, I think he's going to mid right. All right, I thought he was going to unload a probe there, and we were going to have a standoff, cannon versus sunken contain. But instead, he's going to go to mid right, and this is really setting up to be a pretty epic game. This is why Troy is in the map pool. It's so we can get crazy games like this. Island maps are very interesting, right? You can split the island maps pretty easily, and I hear the Nidus. Yeah, Nidus is done. So bottom right, you're not killing bottom right. I mean, that just ain't happening, bro. Unless you got Reavers or like recall or something that you can immediately reinforce. This is Zerg's base. You're not getting it. I'm sorry. But at the same time, Zerg is not going to be able to deny this natural because he just can't get in. And I don't think a Lurker spine can range the natural mineral line. Now Shine, knowing that all the units are over on the right side, look at this. He's sneaking bases at top life. He's expanding really nicely. He's got a good worker count too. He's up workers versus Protoss. I think in Protoss versus Zerg in late game, you're definitely going to have to be up workers. You're going to have big econ versus the Protoss powerhouse with their Storm, Maelstrom, Stasis, D-Web, Reaver. You know, all this AoE coming at you. You got to be able to sustain the losses. So I like how Shine is not skimping out on workers. Those Overlords have speed. Okay, and he does have drops. Okay. Yep, not going to be able to do anything here. He's done that Templar. Doesn't lose that much. I think that's a worthwhile trade. And Protoss got caught sleeping. He's like, wait a minute, you got that base also? If this base also gets up, how does Snow win? It's just going to be too much of a resource gap. Well, like I said, Protoss' army is huge. I don't think Zerg can ever win an engagement in the middle. Just okay, there we go. There's a drop. Good storm. It was a diversion. He takes down some probes, but they weren't the biggest shots there. That I don't think was worth, but it is annoying. And it does show that Zerg has drop capabilities. But overall, that was, I think, a good hold from Snow right there. Didn't lose too much. He lost, I think, 6 workers, but you know, when you've got this many nexuses, you can replenish that pretty much immediately. I'm surprised that there's no Reavers. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't notice that the shuttle had speed. We obviously still haven't seen a Reaver anywhere, but I feel like Reaver is probably the way to go to try and knock down bottom right, if you even want to try knocking down bottom right. But what is Snow going to do with his army? I mean, Zerg is in the middle of the map, but you can't be here, man. This is not your terrain. You may have bottom right and top left, but the center is not yours. And this is exactly why he needs to get the hell out of the center. That was pure on Zerg losses. Okay, is he just committing here? I don't think that the commitment is going to work here. Well, that is a lot of Dragoons. That is a ton of Dragoons. Maybe I'm wrong here. There's really not that much. 2/2 upgrades for Protoss also is really killer. Lurkers are dying left and right, but he's not willing to commit. However, did you see those upgrades? Zerg has +3 armor already. Jeez, Shine is crushing it. So many high-tech units for Protoss. Mass Goon, Mass Storm, but just a billion Lurkers. Darkstorm will just completely obliterate this army. Darkstorm and Plague, that's what I want to see. I think this is Zealot at top left dealing with that hatchery. I'm still surprised that there's not a Reaver, not more shuttles. You know, yes, Snow has 5 bases, but he needs to do something about top left. Or he needs to kill bottom right. I see he has stuff at top middle, but there's not any Nexus right there. Also, I haven't seen, you know, like more blocks in his main go down. Like, I don't recognize, you know, an abnormal amount of gateways. I don't think we have like additional Stargates for Arbiter. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's the case. It looks like we're kind of just in a stalemate type of thing where Protoss is trying to attack, but he just can't. And Zerg is just trying to say like, okay, well, come at me, bro. I know you gotta attack somewhere. And then he has so many Sunkens, so many Lurkers set up. Now we finally see a big load up of shuttles. It's only 3 though, but I don't see any Scourge at top left. And the last time we got a look at that top left base, I didn't see a Nidus up there. So even though 3 shuttles is not that many, this may be enough to actually knock down this base. Okay, the Corsairs are going to lead the way, clear out the Scourge. That's smart. Judah's coming to save the day, but they're going to die. Okay, it looks like this is going to be Snow's opportunity to get in here. We got to go, though. Here we go. I still don't think there's a Nidus. Oh, there's the Nidus at the natural. Scourge, 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 Scourge. Gets a connection onto the Corsair, but the Archons and the Zealots and the Templars all unload. And with the Corsairs to help body block, wow, those units died real fast. And remember, he hasn't really used that many Storms because he's just been patrolling back and forth. Well, wait, he didn't commit. What? He backed off instead. Maybe he thought that this was, you know, not a big commit from Zerg, that Zerg must be counterattacking. So he backs off, but I didn't see a drop at bottom right. I didn't see an attack at bottom right. Maybe he felt like he was going to get hit with a counter, or he didn't think that the shuttles are going to work. But now you're just letting Zerg get 3/4 of the map. This is such a weird game. Dragoons unload, but remember, Zerg has +3 upgrades, man. He's got Nidus here. He's got Darkstorm. He's got a billion Sunkens. There's no Darkstorm, though. Okay, there's no Observer. I don't... Right? Archon trying to hold the line. Dragoon's trying to hold the line. There's really not that much from Zerg. Despite Zerg being near the supply of Protoss, I'm just not seeing where all that supply is. Yes, he has 70 drones, but, you know, it's 185 to 155. It's not that big of a lead for Protoss right now. There should be some supply somewhere from Zerg. Maybe it's all those Lurkers at top left. You know, he built a ton of them up there. What do you have, like 12? He probably has, maybe not 12, but he probably has additional Lurkers at his actual natural. Maybe there's just way too many Lurkers and not enough actual units. Okay, that was really good response from trying to limit damage. There's the juicy catch-up right there from the Defiler, putting that Plague down. There's another drop at top left, by the way. I got my eye on the mini-map, and it looks like he wiped that drone. Yeah, really nice Storm right there. Gets the entire drone line. Another follow-up Storm. Okay. Massive drone losses. He went from 72 to 51. That is hella worth. But at the same time, I can see that the Orange Army is getting whittled down at bottom right. There's not that many Dragoons left over. Finally, speed is kicked in for the shuttle, so they're able to get away from the Scourge. But non-stop elevators. I mean, Snow's doing a really fantastic job at consistently elevating, but Zerg has Nidus, man. There's no delay. It's just an immediate transport of units over there, but it really just doesn't seem like... Okay, that's why. That's why. He's going for a drop at top middle. He knows he can sack bottom right. He's mined it out, or not mined it out, but he's mined a lot of it out. And instead, he's just going to play the denial of top middle. That is a really fantastic drop. Snow desperately needs another base. He got his main, natural, and third base almost mined out by now. That one's a pretty fresh base, and mid-right is a pretty fresh base, but his third base should be mining out pretty soon. So for Shine to take out that base is quite huge, because bottom right is still mining. But by the way, I see the bowling balls being sent out. Those are Scarabs. Finally, we've got Reavers, and I think he loaded up 2 or 3 more Reavers. So really going to be a lot of Reaver damage coming out here in just a few moments. More Reavers, I assume. Good micro. Wow, that is a ton of Reavers. And you're not killing this army. This is just too strong. Shine doesn't have that much money, I'm just now realizing. 1k 400? That's not much. Really good plagues. He's damaging the Reavers, but unfortunately you need to kill the Reavers, not just damage them. And this base is going to get broken. He needs to save the drones. Please save the drones. There's so many here. Oh, he's losing all the drones. Wow, 70 workers down to 41. Man. And Protoss, even though they don't have, or even though he doesn't have as many bases as Zerg, he's just perma-maxed, man. And he's getting into the comp that I always talk about, like Mass Reaver, Storm, Archon, you know, tons of AoE. Another lurker drop onto this base. This is gonna be a kill, and this is gonna be a big loss of probes. But it's not the biggest loss. This base is gonna die. Okay, yeah, he just ends up saving those defilers. I think that's smart, instead of plaguing Archons for no reason. But the key thing is Snow killed off bottom right, which means he can take that base now. He needs to take that base. Losing that base does suck, but this is now you know, a manageable game. You're not dealing with 3/4 map Zerg, as we were just a moment ago. And the army of Zerg just still looks very weak. Wow, Zerg is running out of money. He's mined out his third base, his natural's mined out, main is mined out. Yes, he still has 3 bases technically, because he's got his island and he's got all of top left. But I still just don't see how you kill Protoss' army. How do you do it? This is an island game. You know, it's different than a land map where people are consistently attacking, you know, testing your multitask. This is an island game. People are playing for late game. And I really just like the Protoss late game better than I like Zerg's. That is an insanely valuable drop right there. Look how expensive that is. 3 Archons, 3 Goons, 2 Reavers. And how do you kill it? I mean, if you end up killing it, you're gonna have committed thousands upon thousands of resources to get rid of it. More harassment at top left. Okay, another drop is going to the main this time. So, okay, this could get weird. We don't know how much stuff is loaded up. It's only 5 overloads. I can't imagine this being that much. Oh, was it a fake? Maybe it was a fake. Maybe not. Looks like he saw something that he didn't like and just backed off. But I've seen this so many times from Snow where he's got 45 workers. He's now getting into split map. He doesn't need more workers than this because his bases are going to be mining out pretty soon. So he's just going to have a massive army. At some point, probably going to get rid of all of his zealots. Oh, the Nidus! Did it never get taken down? That is a huge misstep. And, okay, well, maybe those lurkers were a little bit too far forward, but I thought that Snow would have already taken bottom right by now. But instead, this Nidus being alive makes it more annoying. Yeah, he's got to send all of his shuttles back over here. Okay, I didn't realize that top middle already got unloaded. So that base is actually dead. There's not enough stuff here to take down these cannons. Oh, maybe not with the cracklings. Here we go. But Snow a little bit too quick. He's going to unload here and clean this up. Cute idea, though. I thought that I thought that Snow was going to lose this base. I was like, wow, he's going to lose the base to a single Nidus that he misscouted. But it looks like the Reaver's going to clean that up. Oh, no, it's not. That thing's still alive, man. Okay, hopefully those Overlords are loaded up. Needs to take down that top middle base. Shine taking another island. I think that's smart. But definitely needs to start playing for split map. Not split map, but playing for these middle island bases. I think that it could just... I think it could really come down to these islands. If he can hold the islands, maybe he can starve out Snow. Maybe he can do it. But you know what I'm not seeing from Shine? Is I'm not seeing anything to deal with the shuttles. Yes, he has Hydras, but there's like not a lot of Scourge. There's not any Mutas. There's... I mean, he doesn't have any vision of the center of the map, so he has no idea the angle of the shuttle. So he can't really ever have, you know, Hydras in position everywhere. So another big unload. Lurker trying to save the day, but not gonna do it. Archon cleans up the Scourge, and that's another dead base, man. Looking really rough for Shine. Like, he's just so low resources. And has he ever had an effective trade this game? Like, I feel like every time I look at the supply, it's max for Protoss, 140 or so for Zerg. Yes, Zerg has killed off, you know, a Nexus at top right, but he hasn't really killed any of the army. Jesus. It's 3-3-3 Protoss. Now, Zerg, obviously, no joke in the upgrades either. He's got 3-2, but... You know what I was talking about, how Zerg's going to need big econ to deal with all the, you know, the effective firepower that Protoss has. Well, 44 drones is not going to cut it. He just really does not have a lot of econ. I'm surprised that we haven't seen, like, any Guardians or Devourers or something like that. Yeah, there's just no answer to these elevators. How do you deal with it? This base is mined out now. Snow finally has bottom right up and running. So that's like a fresh base for him. His mid-right base is going to be mined out pretty soon. I don't even know if this drop is going to clean this up, because the Archons are so deadly. Okay, actually that went way better for Zerg than I thought. But still. Look at the bank. It's 4K, 3K. That was like the finally a bad trade for Snow. But Shine does have that top middle base up and running now. This island is still being denied, however. There's no Nidus there. No drones up there to be mining it. I see Snow now taking bottom right. Oh, another storm drop, and it hits drones and lings. Really nice drop. Another drop. Intercepts the... Oh. Gets basically every drone. Oh my gosh. Huge losses. You know what? I think we could see carriers this game. I think we've gotten to that point where Protoss knows that he cannot lose these islands. And what better way to defend your island bases than having carriers or arbiters with Storm, with Archon, with Reavers? I mean, Darkstorm is basically a non-issue, because in order for the Darkstorm to get, you know, to be effective, they have to actually land the Defiler. But if you've just got carriers and arbiters and corsairs and stuff like that to just shut down the Overlord drop as it comes in, you're just invincible. Like, I mean, you're never gonna take any damage. Another big drop. Storms were really good. And you know what's funny is, I think that's the first drop that he's actually sent an observer with his army. Every other drop has been observerless. because he hasn't even needed it. He still just manages to plow through. Another storm goes off. It's just non-stop elevator. Is this base actually going to be denied, though? Kind of looks like Preuss is fizzling out. Yeah, he didn't send actually enough stuff in. Zerg is going to hold. These Scourge really need to connect on these shuttles, but they don't find the kill. So Shine ends up holding this. That is, it is imperative that he holds this, because at this point, Snow clearly at bottom right. He's going to get all that up and running, and he's also taking the bottom middle base, so it's going to go split map. He's also denied top left, so he's going to be up in base, or technically up in bases, with better unit comp, and just has full vision. Not necessarily full vision, but better vision over the center the majority of the time. I think Snow is just now transferring his probes down to bottom right, so he'll get that up and mining in just a moment. Shine gonna go for another counterattack here, but okay, this will be a good trade for him. Archon, he's gonna get an Archon too. All right, that's nice. That was good. Need some more trades like that. Zelda Archon. Are they really gonna win this fight? No. Archon dies. That means that these also are gonna die. Finally, we see Protoss actually dip below max for a second. Snow doesn't have as big of a bank as he did a moment ago. I can see that his probes have mined out mid-right, and that island base at bottom right is not really mining. So Snow, he needs to transfer some probes over, because he's really not got a lot of income coming in. Another good trade for, I was going to say for Protoss, but actually the Lurker is doing work here. May salvage this attack. These units over here, that's a lot of supply, not in the army anymore. What was that, 2 Archons, a Reaver? That's 12 supply plus 4 Zealots or something like that? That's 20 supply. Quite a lot. Nexus going down at bottom middle, but look at Snow's bank. It is almost non-existent now, just 800 minerals. He's forgotten about his probes at mid-right. Meanwhile, Shine, he does have that base at top middle pretty much fully running now. But the question is what can Shine do about this bottom base? This base and the base right next to it. Can he do anything about it? That is the question. Looks like we're finally going to get a breather here. I think both players are realizing that this may come down to not just split map, but, you know, the entire map being mined out. So they're probably evaluating, okay, what comp do I need to win a mined out map? Do I need more Reavers? Do I need more Storm? Is the Archon the answer here? Because the Archon, you know, it's strong versus the Zerglings, but versus the Hydras, not so much. And obviously there's going to be a lot of Hydras at the island bases because they got range and will be able to prevent drops. Oh! Okay, that base is fully mining now. It looks like Snow fixed that. Oh, another drop. Another drop. Don't Snow. Oh, he gets all the drones. And he avoids the sunken damage, of course. Is luck ever not on his side? Another storm drop gets more probes. He just killed like 20 drones right there. Shine really needs to get this base. Really needs to get his island base. There's still no Guardians. I'm just so flabbergasted that there's no Guardians. I mean, he is very gas starved. Every time I look at his gas, it's very low. God, these storms are crazy. Another, what, 12 kills or something? But, like, just how do you get this island if you don't have something that's massive range? And the only thing that Zerg has that's massive range is the Guardian. You're not going to drop Hydras on that because they're just going to get blown up by the Reaver. I don't even know if we have, you know, the Greater Spire at all. But at this point, Snow has got this base mining pretty effectively. He's still up 40 supply. I think because of how he's moving his shuttles now, I think he's playing for a mined out map. I take that back. He's going to actually go into the main and try and shut down this base. Ooh, and this is a killer position. Or forcing these units to funnel through the assimilators. This is deadly. I don't think there's a Nidus in the main either. Wow, this is terrible for Shine. This is really bad. Look at it, everything just funnels in. Can he get the Reaver? Can he snipe one of the Reavers? He needs to get one. Oh, he doesn't get any of the Reavers. He doesn't get any of the Reavers. And if he loses the Nidus, there's no chance of holding this base. Okay, a Doom drop at top right. I thought those were Overlords. Oh, okay, here we go, in the main of Snow. Something, okay, there we go. Doom, please be a Doom drop. Please just be so much stuff. Please just be a ton of units, okay? That's a decent amount, and he's got Darkstorm. All right, here we go. This is what Shine needed. He needs to get on top of this production. Actually, Snow doesn't have any production other than this. There's one gate, I think, at bottom right. This is it. Gets rid of the Templar Archive. Okay. Okay, a good plague. There's not enough, I don't think, to deal with the lurkers. Oh my gosh, the plague is brutal. Yeah, Zerg is gonna actually bust through here. Or maybe they're not. Those Zealots are holding the line pretty well. But this alleviates some pressure. Actually, Snow has totally forgot about his drop at bottom left. Maybe that drop will get cleaned up eventually. Father died, and it looks like, actually, other than the Templar Archive being sniped, not much losses for Snow, and somehow he paid attention and didn't lose very much at bottom left. And at this point, I think the writing is on the wall. It's almost a 100 supply lead for Snow. He's got a 2k, 5k bank. Shine's still just so low on the resources. He's basically mined out his top left side, or at least it's getting close to mined out. So he needs to get another base. Even though he's denied top right, he can't take this because a single Templar will just storm those drones forever. That's exactly what he needs to clear up. That army right there needs to die. But we saw the Spire at the Natural. There's no greater Spire there. So there's no chance of there being Guardians. And now Snow, he clears out that lurker field. He's going to retake the island. I really do think Snow has done it. I don't see how Zerg can just... How does he beat a maxed Protoss army? I will say, Shine has done a really good job, like, spending his money and, you know, taking bases and stuff. But the trades have just not been there for him. He's also had to replenish his drone count, like, you know, 10 times because the storm drops have been amazing. But he's just, oh my gosh, another storm drop, like, as I talked about it. He's just too starved, man. There's just too many losses. These Templars, you know, they're not necessarily free, but when you're in a split map scenario like this, and you have 8 geysers and Templars only cost 50 minerals, they're basically free at this point. They're getting drones, which are minerals that have to be replaced, and you're going to run out of that eventually. He's getting lings also at the same time. Oh my gosh, are these... Oh, that is, again, so many drones being lost. And he just retreats to his Archons to defend. Gotta clear it out. You gotta go for it. Okay, there's no Corsairs to body block. Storm goes off, a little preemptive though. How many storms are available? Not that many. But you can see... this didn't even clear it. Oh, Hydra Hero? Hunter Killer? There he goes. Got rid of the Reaver. That was a big win. he have enough to deal with this now? Can Hydras push this back at this point? So with that base completed, can get that up and running in just a moment. I think he can kill this army now. Finally, it gets repeated. He's going to get rid of it. I think. Maybe not. Are you kidding? Every Archon still survived? Another drop. No way. Oh, there's nothing here. Shine found the counter to the drop. The counter is just don't mind the base. Then you're just wasting Storm and a Templar. These Archons, how are they still alive? Surely this is 19 kill Archon. 25 kill Archon. Even if all those kills were Scourge, right? So you divide it by 2. That's massive value. Elevator. Oh, he even stormed over the ledge, by the way. Oh my gosh. Who made this map? Who's allowing Templars to be able to storm over the ledge? Gonna get it? It doesn't look like he's gonna get it, man. These 3 goons are gonna deny it once again. Lurker died. Well, the top right base for Snow, I saw it is fully saturated now. In fact, I think he just ended up building probes there instead of transferring them over. So I know that's not a fully fresh base, but it still had what, like a third of the minerals left. That's going to be, even if it's only 6 patches, that'll be an additional 3,000 minerals for him. Finally, this drop gets cleared up. Good riddance, man. Jeez, this is one of those times where I wish we had the StarCraft 2 board to see how, well, could they do that? I guess I would want to pinpoint, like, how many losses happened at top left. Like, how valuable was that 1 Templar, 4 Zealots, 1 Reaver, 2 Archon? Like, it must have gotten just so much value. Here we go, another unload. Shuttle gets taken down, but trading the shuttle for 4 Hydras. Storm goes off. Not gonna get rid of the Lurker, I don't think. Or maybe he will with another drop. Yep, it's dead now. Snow can even start just getting rid of probes. He doesn't need any more probes. He's got 68. In fact, he only needs like 40 probes at this point. More Scourge, not getting the connections that they're looking for. Okay, another big unload. Here we go. Storm from the high ground. Blanket. A lot of the Hydras. Oh, get that. Oh, he got it. He got both shuttles. There we go. There we go. Templar died. Templar died. Still an Archon and a couple of Zealots left over, though. All the Observers are gone, too. This is the most important base right now. The only base that has not been touched. This is the only important base on the map. Bottom middle has been mined for so long. Shine doesn't need to attack there. Top right has been mined for so long. Can't really do anything about that. He doesn't need to attack. He needs to get this base. And he is going to finally get rid of that Archon and the Zealots. And this looks like finally enough Lurkers to get rid of all of it. But the thing is, that's great that you got this base. This base has 6 patches, so that's going to be 9,000 minerals. But at some point, Shine has to fight the army. Another big unload. Big storm. Wow. Big storm. Another big storm. The amulet coming in hot. Tons of damage. Scourge get connections. No, they do not. It's just storm for days. Endless storms. Oh my gosh. Cannot lose this base. Can't lose it. Can't lose it. Nidus is dead, and that means this base is dead, man. Way too many Archons. Way too many Zealots. I can hear the Lurker fire, or I can hear the Lurkers firing. But one of them dies. No observers here. I guess the Scourge connected and did do their job of getting rid of the observers, but one Reaver plus one observer should take care of this. I can see that the hatchery has started at that island base, so that is going to be up and running pretty soon. Yep, already got the drones transferred over there. Storm is going to get rid of another Lurker. Now there's only one left. Need more Lurkers. Oh, they're Hydras. Hydras are good versus Archons, but... Hello, another storm. It's just endless storms. More Scourge and more non-connections. Dude, look at this. The jukes. Oh, he got it. Lurker doing work. Another big load up. Uh-oh. If he loads up and loses these units... Will he be able to, you know, have anything left to defend the island? Okay. He's gonna get rid of all these. No, he's not. I didn't see that observer. These Archons are gonna win this battle. Oh no. And now he's lost all of his Lurkers there. That means that there's no defensive left anymore. It's just 2 Lurkers. Are there any more shuttles for Snow? I didn't notice any more elevatoring. I guess he doesn't have any right now. But look at this. That top right base is mined out. That base is basically mined out. We have almost officially mined out all of Troy. The only base that remains is that one and a little bit of mineral patches at top middle. And Snow can now just take his probes over there and mine that base if he wants. That's exactly what he did. I think he just loaded probes up there. I don't even think he needs to build a nexus. There's not that many minerals there. He could just mine them and unload his shuttle. Okay, he's gonna build a nexus. What a crazy game this is. I mean, we have to be getting towards the end though, right? It's one base Zerg versus a Protoss that has a base coming up plus a bank. But, you know, maybe there's a stalemate potential? Is that possible in Protoss vs Zerg though? Like, Storm can actually kill units. That's the thing. Also, if it gets into like that point in the game where you actually have to trade energy for kills, Protoss also has mind control. That's another thing. Wow, he just gets all the Scourge. Doesn't lose anything. Okay, immediate pop on that shuttle. Goodbye. Another storm though. Another 3 storms. Takes down so many Hydras. Zerg is still down 100 supply. That's not what you ever want to see as a Zerg player. You don't ever want to see 6 Archons being morphed all at the same time. He's got a lot of drones transferred over there though. Oh, is he really long? Yeah, it's like, no, he's not long distance mining. He can't get through there. Here, another unload. Oh, Queen! We see a Queen for the first time. He's gonna try and broodling some Templars. This is when you really know that it's coming down to the wire, because we've got broodlings here. That's the one-shot KO unit that Zerg has. Archon. There's no Hydras here to help support the Lurkers. So he just kills a Ling and just goes about his business. Well, okay, that's an expensive loss. 2 Archons being killed. That's a nice win for Shine. But guess what? There's 10 more. Okay, Parasite. Alright. Parasite is definitely an underappreciated spell. rarely being used, but it's like permavision. Especially versus Protoss, because they can't... What is it? They can't restore it. Like, as soon as you parasite something, Protoss is just going to be paranoid about that unit that's parasited. I would love to see a recall. I don't think there is Arbiter tech, but I would love to see it. Wow, he's getting some type of upgrade on his cybernetic. Wonder if it's for armor or actually weapon. And here we go. A big attack into the top left base. If he controls this section, he can storm from the ledge, which means Shine doesn't have any econ, and the game just ends. And that's exactly what he's done here. He's going to lose all of his shuttles. Those are big losses because at this point in the game, minerals are very scarce. But he did what he needed to do. He's going to take down this base, and now Zerg can't mine. This is it. Zerg has 247 minerals, and he is not going to get any more. So this is it. This is the entire army of Zerg. He's got to somehow beat a maxed out army with 2k, 66 supply, 23 of it is in drones, so 45 army supply. And he's going to use that to try and deal with this army on the high ground. Can he do it is the question. It all comes down to this. This has got to be the last stand, right? 5 lurkers in a dream, 4 hydras. It's not enough. It's just not enough. There's another drop coming. Of course, we're gonna send Shine off with a storm drop onto his drones. Looks like we missed it technically, but the game should be ending in just a moment here. There is nothing left. This was a crazy game. This is definitely one of the best games that we've seen in BSL. Or not BSL, in StarCastTV Star League. Absolutely epic. I feel like Snow was in control of the game pretty much after he held. Like, he was... Maybe I was worried that when Shine got the bottom right base, but after he got the bottom right base, or he took it back from Shine, it really felt like the army of Shine could never contest Protoss. And Snow just did such a good job with the trade. So he's going to win an epic one. I'm sure players are worn out after that. I would definitely need a break after that. And now Snow's going to go up 2-1 into the series. So well done. Let's get into game 4 now. It's going to be back on Snow's pick. It's going to be Apocalypse. That's always an interesting PvZ map. I feel like this is a must-win for Shine, because going into Retro, that's going to be really tough. I see Snow win a lot on there. So definitely need to get a victory here if you're a Shine fan. All right, so in the bottom left, we do have Shine. And in the bottom right, we do have Snow. So that Troy game was quite the long one, and admittedly, had to take a break after that one. Not often you cast a 1 hour long game. Pretty freaking crazy. But here we are back on Apocalypse. I don't think we're likely to have a 1 hour long game on here. And I wonder what the openers is going to be, because, you know, we saw big macro from Shine in the Sin series, but, you know, we just came off of a 5 pool here on Troy. And I wonder if the answer for Snow is to go into a Forge opener, or is he just going to keep going with that Gateway expand, which has been so successful for him. Pro going back to Mine. Okay, and he's going to be coming back. Put down that 9 gate. By the way, guys, I did just actually get a new computer, and I hooked it up. And because of that, I lost some of my settings. So if the microphone gets weird, I already know I'm going to have to go checking the Discord settings that I had on my old computer to figure out what's going on. So I'm preemptively warning you guys watching out there that maybe there could be some issues. But hopefully not. And it is going to... Whoa! Oh, he got the first shot off! I can't believe he doesn't commit to that attack! Oh, that's a nice block. Another nice block. Not okay. Okay, actually, Shine wasn't delayed that long. What was it, like 5 to 6 seconds, something like that? Thought it was going to be worse than it actually was. And Shine doesn't panic, though. Like, he didn't panic build a pool, you know, and then be in a really bad spot. So it's nice that he still gets that down. And I think, if I remember correctly, we already saw a probe get a drone kill in one of the... Or what was it? Was it the first game, really? And he's already being another nuisance here. Oh, it's already less than half health. Gotta be careful. He's baiting him in. But even this is good. Like, he's forced a lot of lost mining. Shine is already had his build disrupted with the block at the natural. This is already going really well for Snow. Zealot is almost already here at the natural in just a moment. It looked like Shine was maybe going to build a hatch at like mid-left or something, but instead, now that he's intercepted the Zealot, he ends up building the hatchery at bottom right. I see that the Nexus has gone down. This was a 2 Zealot expand. And here we are in the main. That probe is see you later, goodbye. No, he lost 2. This is like catastrophic damage. And he just walks away. Just like that, man. Oh, look at that. Those lings got pushed through the minerals. And actually, they're on the back side of those mineral patches, so they can't, or so the Zealot can't actually get into a good position. But look at those bottom 2 drones. They weren't mining for those 5 or 6 seconds. This is already devastating damage. So many lings that have been built. 2 drones not mining. Zealot's getting into the sweet spot now. Oh my gosh. Is this... Of course the game is not going to end here, right? Because I don't expect to see him GG out. But this is doomsday. Once again, I feel like all Shine can do is all in here. We saw the ling all in on, what was it, Polypoid? I think this is going to be the same type of scenario. You can't transition out of this. I mean, you've got 3 hatches. Maybe that would be too obvious to ling all in again. I see he is building some drones, but if it's not going to be a ling all in, I think it's got to be a Hydra all in. This was... Okay, he goes lair. This was ridiculous damage, and he's going to try and play out of it, but we've already seen him try and play out of deficits like this before. Like on Blitz, he tried to play out of a deficit, and Double Stargate just ran him over. If the probe gets in there and sees that it's lair, I think 100% of the time it's going to be Double Stargate from Snow, because he knows the only way Protoss or Zerg gets back into this game is if Mutalis gets some probe kills. Oh, the probe! Okay, that was really good control from Shine to make sure that he doesn't get in. Really good control. He does show drones at, I think, the 3rd and the natural. But for all Snow knows, I mean, there could be a Hydrogen in the main behind this. So he does have to respect that this could be a fake. Meanwhile, 3 Zealots on the move. Ooh, probe doesn't get taken down. So that's a bit of a disappointment there. Okay, he doesn't spot speed, so I think at this point he realizes it's not an all-in, because I think by now 530 speed would have kicked in. So at this point you got to be thinking, okay, did this guy really try and macro out of 2 lost drones? Probably unlikely. Maybe he's going Hydras as a follow-up with no ling speed. Now ling speed kicks in, but I think this is just too late. I don't think this is ever a speedling all-in, right? So I think probably Snow can just build 2 cannons and be safe, right? Like, he doesn't want to die to something stupid, but doesn't want to overcommit. Yeah, 2 cannons. I feel like this is the perfect move. Not an overcommitment, just a safe follow-up. And behind this, we've got the Corsair almost out. Shine, however, has droned really well. It's almost even in drones to probes. His tech is actually not that far behind the Corsair. I mean, you know, it's not ideal, but it's definitely not as far behind as I was anticipating him to be. So this is actually going, you know, okay for Shine, as okay as it could possibly go. 4th hatch and 5th hatch both coming down. Snow's finally getting a glimpse in here, and he will see that, hey, this guy is actually playing a macro game. Luckily for Shine, he had really good spacing of his overlords. There's no interception. He's not going to lose a single one. Wow, this was really good. He takes no damage, and he recovered his drone count really nicely, and he didn't overbuild Lings. This was a really nice recovery from Shine, and all of a sudden, you know, he's not actually out of it. He could definitely play this out. We've got a 7 Zealot move out. Speed is going to be kicking in momentarily. Scourge on the prowl for those Corsairs. And I think as long as there's a Sunken at the natural and third base, to me this is going to be a hold. I see that the majority of the gas has been spent from Shine. That means it's most likely Mutas. And Snow's going to back off. I think that is a wise decision. And he does just back off. I didn't actually get a glimpse of the Forge spinning time. Not sure when +1 weapon is going to kick in, but as you can see, Cruiser showing that +1 weapon is not done just yet. Meanwhile, it was not double Stargate. It was a pretty fast Templar Archive follow-up. We've got the 3rd and 4th gate coming in. Muta's trying to just get rid of some of these Zealots. We'll catch one as it bleeds off. Something that I've noticed from... maybe it's just me not playing Protoss versus Zerg ever. Something that I've noticed is, at least from what I have seen lately, I don't remember seeing a lot of players building DTs. A lot of players just, most of the time, from what I've seen, just building tons and tons of Zealots here. Of course, as I say at this time, there's the DT, because that's just what happens when you make calls like that. And he's going to be on the move, looking for some drone kills. Meanwhile, those Mutalisks, he ended up only building 5, if I remember correctly, so he will be able to one-shot probes. But he's waiting for those Corsairs to move out of position so he can get some probe kills. Now, once again, Snow has a really healthy probe count. He's sitting at 50, but now that he's at 50, I imagine the floodgate of gateways is going to be coming in pretty soon. DT has been shown. We're still only on, I think, 6 gate, maybe it's 7. But I have seen games where Snow, when he gets a probe count like this, does go sometimes even upwards of 10 gate, which is insane, but I have seen it a few times. I wonder if he'll actually opt into that. Supplies are relatively close, 80 to 94. If you had told me that the supplies were going to be this close after Zerg lost 2 drones and 2 of his drones weren't mining for 10 seconds, I would have told you that you were out of your mind. But here we are with basically even worker count. He gets another Zealot kill. That's nice. And Shine is really macroing quite nicely out of this. Now, I didn't see lurkers anywhere. Yeah, it looks like it's still Hydras. So he is just content with building more and more Hydras at this point. Gas count, not really crazy for both sides. Snow doesn't... Okay, he only has 2 Templars. That's a bit surprising to me that he only has 2 Templars, because his gateways and Templar Archive has been done for a while, but I guess he's really just been prioritizing the Zealot count. Now we've got a run by in the natural. Looks like the Mutas tried to dive bomb on the Templars. They got one of them, but didn't actually get the second one. Forced out a storm, but overall, I'm not gonna say that that was worth. Now, Shine is looking like he wants to attack. I don't think he's done enough damage for that. I think he's recovered his econ nicely, but can he attack? I don't know about that. Maybe sitting on the high ground and trying to take a 4th base could have been a better move. But here he goes. He's attacking, actually. There was only 1 storm. Overlords are going to die to the Corsair. And Hydras are still looking to make a move. Well, we've got to run a counterattack, actually, not a run by, a counterattack of Zealots. Meanwhile, the Hydras are going to deny this 3rd base. But the Zealots, okay. I think there's way too many Zealots. Yeah, this is like 12. Oh my gosh. I'm getting deja vu. The Overlords are just dying left and right. Didn't we see this on Blitz where everything just got absolutely mauled? Oh my gosh. Massive supply block. This is huge. He's going to be supply blocked for so long. Snow is going to be able to get out like 2 cycles probably at least out of his gateways before Shine even starts a single cycle. So we could legitimately see Snow shoot up something like 40 supply in the next like minute or so, where Shine just stagnates on this 80 supply count. If you're Shine here, I think you gotta attack. Yeah, you've taken way too much damage at this point. He's still supply blocked. Waiting to see if there's some overlords popping out, but not the case. Hydra's coming to defend, but there's an attack at the natural, and I don't even know where these came from. Didn't we just see the Zealots die? Oh my gosh, again he finds a clump of overlords, but there's only 3 Corsairs, so I don't think that this is going to do the damage that he was hoping for. The Zealots still kill a ton of Hydralisks. Wow, they've just killed so many. But he does lose a lot of Zealots. I mean, this was a lot of supply to lose. Whereas Zerg didn't really take that much of a loss. Behind this, though, this does buy time for Snow to get his 3rd base down. I still... Okay, there we go. We see finally something other than Zealots. Goons being mixed in. What is that? 3 Templars? So a decent army comp right now. Supplies are, again, much better than I was anticipating. It's 110 to 121. And we are just waiting to see what the army wants to do here. And all these overlords are set up in a way that it makes me think that it's going to be a drop. I don't think Shine could afford going mutas and drop. But he did not build lurkers, so maybe he could have done that. He's also floating a lot of gas. I don't know. It did look like a weird position for the overlords, but it looks like it's just going to be mass Hydra, mass muta. Now, supplies are still pretty close. But I saw +1 armor for Protoss. Oh, that's a really good storm. Even though he hits, you know, some of his Zealots and Goons there, does do a lot of damage to the Mutalisk. Now it's pretty much just pure Hydra with not that many mutas. This may actually be the final engagement. Those are really good storms. The Goons, oh my gosh, the storms are just doing devastating damage. All of the Hydras, or basically all of the Hydras, ends up dying. Actually, I don't know how this happened, but Protoss lost 5 to 6 probes during that engagement. Not sure exactly where those probes died or how they died, but Shine is up in Econ right now. But with the 3rd base kicking in for Snow, triple Nexus, he'll be able to replenish that quite easily. I still have yet to see a Goon die. They're just immortal here. It makes me wonder, what are the Hydra upgrades? Does he even have +1? Wow, he actually does. He already has +2. That's way more than I thought. So I guess he was attacking or waiting for the +2 power spike to kick in, which is why he went. Wow, Shine's still committing to mutas. He really wants to snipe these Templars and just overrun with mass Hydras. But the Goons are just so tanky at this point. Even though they only have +1, they've been really tanky. So I can't even imagine how tanky they're going to be once the +2 armor power spike starts kicking in. Looks like we have an engagement on... no. I thought we were going to have a muted Corsair engagement, but not the case. Instead, it looks like Protoss is on the prowl now. He saw that the 4th base has been taken, and he's saying, no, sir, that is not allowed. I think this is the right call. We haven't seen a single lurker the entire time. Now you're attacking into a small pathway, which is perfect for Storm. This is exactly where you want to be. And this base is going to get obliterated. Snow preemptively turning around. He suspects that there could be a counterattack. I think that's the right call. But Shine's not counterattacking, actually. That hatchery, yeah, it got blown up real quick. And we're just going to trade hatchery. And Shine's not going to, well, we're not going to trade at all because Shine didn't get anything in that engagement. Instead, he just loses the hatchery, and now he's down 35 supply. Even those 5 Zealots got away. And Snow, once again, not overbuilding probes. He's just saying, you know what, man? Protoss is just so cost-effective with their units and all their spells. If I max out on the low probe count, you're just not going to be able to win a fight. And I think he's right. I think that... Yeah, I knew that these overlords were positioned for drops. Didn't I call it? I was just 6-7 minutes too early. And this is a really disguised drop because this guy has built so many mutas, it doesn't look like you should be able to afford mutas and drop. But here we go. Now we know why the real reason why so many mutas were built. It's so that he can pick off these Templars as they funnel through the natural. He took a lot of damage there, and the Protoss is scrambling to get back in time. The drop is pretty big, but I don't see any lurkers. If there's no lurkers, I don't think that... Oh my gosh, he picked off almost all the Templars. I saw that one Templar come in and get immediately killed off. This... Oh, okay, well, if you storm your own probes, that's good. That's good for Zerg. That was a big loss, though. And meanwhile, Shine, he's drawn all the units out of position. He's going to go for a counterattack at the third base, but I think Snow has left enough units here. There's only one Storm, so maybe not. Also, there's no Observer, so the Lurker can actually do some damage. Okay, 2 Templars, actually. Good Storm right there. Another good Storm. Wow, this is actually a big slugfest. I was not... I thought for sure that the game was going to be over quickly after the beginning, but here we are. Back and forth movement from Shine. Picking off Protoss units left and right. Denies the 4th base. Now Snow, even though he had a great early game, his worker count not so great. Not so fantastic. His main's basically mined out. His natural's going to be mined out in a second. And now he has to worry about drops, which Shine may never use again. So he's leaving an Archon, 3 Goons, and a Zealot in the main. That's 12 supplies. Just subtract that from his army. So 135 versus 115. If Zerg can get mid-left up and running with Sunkens, with Lurkers sitting under the ramp, I could see Shine crawling back into this game. It really does seem like he's already done that. Yet Protoss is on the move once again. I don't know if you want to go down there, Snow. Oh, I can tell you, Shine wants you to come down. Get down there, Templars! He's gonna lose every Templar. I think there was a drop at the third base. The third base, I see there's no mining on the minimap. I see that some probes died, so I think there was actually a lurker drop over there, and that's why Snow was not paying attention and lost all of his Templars. Shine, he's gonna overwhelm this army potentially. Dragoons are on the run. By the way, that third base is still not mining for Snow. Now it looks like finally he's going to be putting his probes back on the mineral line. Yeah, it was a drop, so it got shut down. And Shine now has a fresh base. Snow, it looks like he's realized that he's lost his advantage and he needs to just chill out now. He should probably just sit on his high ground, make sure he can get his 4th base up and running. Hopefully he recognizes that his probe count is low because, yes, Protoss army is ridiculously strong, but if you max on 200 supply with just 35 probes, you're gonna have one army and that's it. You're never gonna remax again. You just don't have the econ for that. Whereas if you're sitting on around 50, you can definitely remax with that type of econ. So hopefully that probe count goes up at least 10 more. And Shine, he's done it, man. I mean, he's looking like he's gonna actually get parts of top left, top middle. He's got his 5th base coming down. I wonder if he's gone into Hive. I think that could be the one saving grace for Protoss. There's a drop at top right, by the way. Looks like we're missing it. Looks like it got cleaned up. Didn't really take much losses. Protoss is on the move once again. I guess he feels like he needs to make a move. Zerg did just lose a decent chunk of his army, and he knows that he's down workers, and Zerg is trying to take way too many bases. He feels like he probably needs to attack here, but his army is pretty split up. Okay, the Templars are finally getting in here. Is there enough Zerg to take down this army? It seems like Zerg doesn't think so, so instead he's going to try and counter. Gonna try and go top right. Oh, lurkers are preemptively already set up. Okay, that's nice. Get that observer. Oh, we got the observer. There's no other observer here. This base is dead. This base is donezo. And also the probes have already been transferred here, so this is gonna be a huge loss. Holy cow. Mid left, is there an observer? Okay, there is an observer. So this base is gonna die. We're gonna go base for base here. But look at the probe count. It is non-existent now. 24 probes, that's it. If Zerg can kill this army, Zerg is gonna win this game. But the question is, can he do it? That is not a lot of Hydras. Oh, the Archon has 20 kills on him. Protoss is, oh wow, Muta's coming out of nowhere. Protoss is desperate. Wow, a lot of Zealots are gonna die to these Mutas. This army, or this base is dead though. And now I wonder what Shine's money is. Because remember, he's obviously had a third base much faster. I think he's broke. I think he's actually just broke now. But this army's stuck. The Archon. The Mutas. The Archon's dead. That means the Mutas can win this battle. Hey, the Mutas win the battle. This is tense. Yeah, the Zealot's coming in and like, dude, are you mining? And the answer is no, not mining. One patch with probably just like, 30 minerals or something. So what do you do if you're Shine now? Like, he has 300 minerals, but that's it. Like, he has no, like, I just see now his third base is completely mined out. He has to take a base, but he has no way to build anything else. Like, this is it. Oh, the storm! Okay, Templar dies. Oh, look how many Templars there are, though. And now all Shine can do is long distance mine. I don't think you can stop this army. I think this army is unstoppable. Protoss also confirmed that this guy's, out of money. So he knows that Zerg can't build anything. Zerg can only take mid left or bottom right. And if he sits on either of those high grounds, he can just be in a position to go for a killing move with the storm. I think all Shine can do is just run. He can't run forever. Yeah, he got caught. And this has got to be GG, right? I mean, Shine can't build anything. A single DT would kill the entire probe line at bottom right. And Willis gonna come in. This is over. Shine, he had a really good comeback, but unfortunately, just not able to kill the army ever. Like, he had some really good counterplay, really good counterattacks, but in the end, the Protoss army was just too strong, and that means that Snow, he's going to take this fourth game, and now he's up 3-1. Shine's pick, it is retro, but every game I've seen Snow play on this map, I think he's won. At least the games that I've seen, he's won on here. This is just seems to be a really good map for him. So let's get into Game 5. Maybe Snow can close it out here, or maybe Shine can take it back. Okay. In the bottom right, we do have Shine. Sorry, top right. And in the bottom left, we do have Snow. I think this is the time for Snow to 12 Nexus. I think that he definitely can get away with the 12 Nexus here. I think Shine, you got him on the ropes now. I think Retro's a good macro map. The likelihood of it being a hatch first, I think, is pretty high. So that's what I want to see. I want to see 12 Nexus here. And hopefully it's a 12 hatch from Shine. I really do think that's the play here. But instead, Snow's going to go for a Pylon Scout. He really wants to find Zerg first. And unfortunately for him, this is diagonal, so he's going to find him second. I don't think you can block the hatchery with a second scout. So this is looking like already it's going to be a good opener for Shine. Okay. It's going to be pool first, but it's going to be over pool. So I would have been dead. And Snow, he's queuing up probes, man. This could definitely be 12 Nexus. Looks like the probe is going to go down here and put down a forge, though. He's not going to try and pull out a win with a crazy greedy opener like Sins did. He's just going to go for the safe 12 forge. Double scout coming in. He will see that, hey, Zerg is top right, and Zerg has not built a hatchery. So he's going to know that this was an overpool. Alright. Because it is an overpool, should be a one cannon expand. Maybe even skip the cannon at first. Okay, that's exactly what he did. He saw that Zerg only built one round of lings with that one larva. He knows that Zerg's not going to attack with just 2 lings initially, because Zerg still doesn't know whether it's a forge or a gate. So goes for that Nexus first. Now he's got the cannon coming. And probe, I think, saw a glimpse of that gas. Overpool, 230 gas. I think we're probably going to have a lair once again. Shine is setting up for a hatchery at mid-right. And it should be, yep, there it is. Meanwhile, Snow, gateway just now coming down. Everything looks pretty normal. If he can get rid of that probe somehow, this could be a good time to mix in a Hydra Bust. Even though it is cross spawn, that could, Hydra Bust could throw Snow for a loop here, like, hey, it's not close spawn, so, you're not likely to go for Hydra play, so I'm going to try and get a little bit greedy here. But it doesn't look like the probe is actually going to get taken out. Things are doing a good job. We're waiting to see where oh, I saw 100 gas get spent, but was it at the natural for the lair? There's no lair in the main. Okay, lair at the natural, so it's not speed first. This was okay, got rid of the probe. We could have a cancel. Doesn't look like it though. I didn't see the gas shoot up. Just gonna commit to that lair. And back in Snow's main, Cybernetics about halfway done. I wonder if he'll ever go for Citadel first, or if he'll just continue to play the Stargate opener. Cybernetics is done, natural gas coming in. It's a fast nat gas. Actually, no, it's not. Pretty normal. In the main, I see a big building went down. That's going to be the Stargate. And critically, I don't see Hydrogen-sized building anywhere. So this is going to be Spire once more. Shine's really feeling himself with the Mutaplay. He's only gotten blindsided once on Blitz. All the other times that we've seen him play Mutas, they've gone pretty well. Especially what we just saw in Apocalypse. He did some good damage with it. He also had a good mind game going for drops plus Mutas. I was definitely not expecting that. So I don't blame him for trying it once more. Of course, they're coming out pretty soon. is that really just 4 lings? Wow, that's a very fast 4th hatchery. I think compared to last game, didn't we see 4th and 5th hatch come down at like 6:30? So for this to be starting at 5:30, already tells you how much better this game is for Shine. Triple cannon. Wow, he must really suspect that this could have been a bust. So that's why he's building triple cannon, preemptively building it as the Corsair scouts. I expect him to actually cancel it as the Corsair confirms that there's no Hydra Den. Yep, there's the Hydra Den just now at the natural, and that cannon did get canceled, by the way. We've got 4 Zealots on the move. This Corsair is once again looking for Overlords, but not able to find any. Again, China's done a really good job to hide them, limiting the losses, you know. And Zealots, are they going to find an opening here? Okay, somehow Shine just didn't respect these 4 Zealots. Now they're here, they're into the mineral line. This feels like a blunder. I don't know if he was supply blocked or what, but literally just walked across the map, no speed, no anything, and just completely blindsided Shine with just 4 or 5 Zealots. That's it. Now he's scrambling to deal with them as he builds more lings. But they're just going to sit in the sweet spot behind the mineral line. And the damage has already been done. Ooh, actually was Spire into Hydras. No mutas at all this time. I saw 2 Scourge and that's it. Well, these are going to get cleaned up in just a moment. But look at the worker count, 42 to 28. Compared to last game, this is really bad for Shine. He's got a lot of larvae available, but I see that supply is still just 45 out of 45. Like, he's just supply blocked. I don't know what's happened. I haven't seen an Overlord be built in a long time. Finally, one completes. I think he just mismacroed right here, to be honest. Now, in Snow's main, I don't really see any big buildings in his main just yet, so he hasn't really started to put down more gateways. More cannons coming in, DT coming out, armor, what was that, halfway done, something like that. But these gateways feel really, really slow. 4 gate, no Templars, except for the 1 DT, of course. No Storm is what I mean to say. Corsairs are looking for kills, not able to find any. But once again, we're at that probe sweet spot, 47. Okay, a big drone cycle, and he spots it. So that's going to trigger, you know, a lot of gateways to get put down, I'm sure. Finally, I think we're going to see the first Overlord die. That one's going to, again, put Shine in a supply block. I mean, this game has just not gone very well for him. He does have a good worker count now, but I don't know, man. This doesn't look too great for him. Whereas Snow, okay, he's getting all of his gateways up now. He's on 8 gate, 9 gate, actually. This is kind of what I was talking about last game. Remember, you know, I mentioned I've seen Snow play 10 gate games. This time it's going to be a 9 gate. And Snow, or Shine ate another big loss of supply. We've got a Zealot move out. And Overlords. Looks like the Corsairs aren't going to find anything. The Zealots are... Is it really just 5 again? 5 is not going to do anything. Those are just going to have to turn around. Wow, Shine, he's built so many Overlords now. He's 78 of 134. What the heck? Okay, I didn't even notice this. 6 Zealots running by into the natural. he is going to have enough hydras here in time. Actually, Snow supply is really low. What the heck is going on? How is Shine up in supply and Snow has no supply? Is that possible? Why is his supply so low? Okay, now Snow just does a huge cycle of units. Gonna have an engagement in the center of the map. This is such a weird... This is a weird game because Snow is still running around with Zealots. Like, he can't possibly only have Zealots, right? He must have something. Okay, there we go. There's some Dragoons. Okay, there we go. Muta's in the center of the map looking for some Templars to kill, but I haven't seen a single Templar this entire game. Just Zealot and Goons, 1 DT. Okay, there's the first Templar. Overlord's leading the charge. He spots them. Oh, double storm. Triple, quadruple storm. That was a lot of damage. I think he's baited out all the storms. I still can't believe, how is Shine up in supply? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, those mutas got owned. Absolutely destroyed. All the Corsairs end up surviving too. And this attack is... Oh, there's actually an attack at the natural at the same time. It's coming from all angles, but it's high ground, man. You can't attack into high ground. Well, what is Shine gonna do now? Seems like he's still just committing to these Hydras. Like, he wants to attack somewhere, but... can he actually attack? I mean, he's down supply now. He's now down 20 supply. His upgrades once again are really fast. He's already got +2 weapon. That is a lot of Hydras, and he's killed all of the Templars, so he knows that there's no storm available. As I say that, of course, a storm rips through about 7 or 8 Hydralisks right there. More Hydras are just streaming across the map. I haven't seen him put down a 4th base anywhere. No 7th hatch. Seems like he's just full on committing with this attack. Trying to make sure that that Protoss can never get a 3rd base. He's gonna commit. I don't know about that, man. Protoss army is still really low. Maybe he can actually bust through, but the cannons are doing work. At this point, Snow realizes that, hey, this is a full-on assault. I need to send all my units from my 3rd base down here to help. But there's just so many Hydras. An Archon ends up getting morphed. Okay, there's a storm. It gets rid of a couple of the Hydras, but ends up losing that Templar in the process. Meanwhile, the Corsairs are almost all gone. We could see a Muta switch at this point. We're going to see the first Lurker of the game coming in just a moment. Meanwhile, big probe transfer towards the 3rd base. So he's going to get that base up and running. Worker count is still really good for Protoss, 52 to 45. +2 armor is kicked in for Protoss, though, so a big power spike for him. Zealot tries to run into the 3rd base, but doesn't see any, or doesn't really get any. Oh, are we gonna have another load up? This would be perfect. Look at this. All the units are out of position for Snow. If he can drop on the ramp, oh my gosh, this could be devastating. What I think Shine needs to do is he needs to make a move towards the natural right now. Act like he's going to attack, and then drop the main Nexus. There we go. This is 5 Overlords. And there he goes. He's attacking the natural at the same time. This is exactly what he needs. Get these Protoss storms baited out. Intercept the units as they come into the, or try to come into the main. He's going to take out this Nexus for sure. And the Observatory's here. Templar Archive is here. Gets a couple of actually got a lot of probes. We got 12 probes in this. Good storm. He's going to take down the Nexus. Now, this is going to be a big loss. And this was basically a mind-up base. By the way, there's a drop at the 3rd base. Lurker. Oh! One more. Ooh. Oh! Looks like that's not going to get that much of a connection. But that was really good multitask from Shine. And he is just picking Snow apart, man. Like, he almost picked him apart on Apocalypse, where he was massively down. Now he's not down. And look at this. I mean, he's playing exceptionally well. I will say this, though. He needs a base. He's got to get a 4th base. Like, I realize the 300 minerals is going to be expensive. It's going to, you know, force him to alleviate some pressure. But at this point, he's killed so many probes. You've kept Protoss back. No way Protoss can even think about taking a 4th base. Get another base up and running, man. You've got so many Hydras. You've got so much production available. You could easily saturate that base. Meanwhile, Snow's supply still continuing to shoot up. There we go. 4th base for Shine at bottom right. Snow is up 35 supply, plus down 8 workers. So it's like he's almost up 45 supply. Another load up. I actually don't like the drops anymore. I think the first drop was good. You got to cancel. You got to kill on the Nexus. I don't know about loading up anymore because this is basically a mined out base. You're just going to be denying the gas, which, you know, it is PVZ, so it is huge. But I think Protoss army is just too big now, isn't it? Shouldn't he be able to clean this up? I guess with all the tech being stacked right there. Yeah, get all these key buildings. Okay. Templar Archive dies. There's no observer here, at least not just yet. Lurkers are doing work. Zealots are getting mowed down. Dragoons are taking tons of damage. There's another drop at the 3rd base. Here we go. How many kills? How many kills? 3. Oh, this is a juicy one right there. Oh, the entire probe line. Natural now. What about the multi at the natural? He's attacking the natural. Oh my god, every single probe is here, man. If he burrows that lurker, he'll kill the entire probe line. Dude, burrow that lurker. Please, every probe is here. Oh. Oh. Goodbye. And with that move, single-handedly, 2 lurkers are going to probably win this game for Shine. That is ridiculous damage. There is no way you're transitioning out of this. Snow, I feel like, has got a counterattack, but if he moves out of his base, there's just more Hydras waiting. By the way, there's still no observer here, so these lurkers are just getting hundreds of points of damage done. Holy smokes, Shine with the multitask. Crazy damage. And yep, Snow, you gotta attack, man. But unfortunately, this is a meat grinder. Hydras are just sitting here waiting, saying, come to daddy. Oh, everything's gonna get melted. That's a really good storm, but how many more storms are left? Observer dies, Templar dies. Okay, it looks like Protoss is barely gonna win the fight, but there's no follow-up. That's the issue. There's no replenishing of this army. Shine, he's gonna be mining out pretty soon, but with the fresh 4th base, as long as Snow doesn't kill bottom right, feel like this is in the bag. Archon gonna get a couple of kills. There's another drop at mid left, by the way. I got my eyes on the probe count because I imagine it's gonna be shooting down in just a moment. 19, 15. Looks like we missed it. Another drop into the natural. There it is. GG. And what a sick multitask from Shine with the drops. So much damage with the lurkers, and he's going to bring it back to 3-2. Needed that win there. And now, you know, all of a sudden, I think that these maps remaining are actually pretty good for Zerg. Dark Origin historically has been really good. Radion, you know, actually a lot of Protoss players were vetoing that map in ASL. So Shine, maybe he can do it. Maybe he can come back from 3-1. Okay, in the top left, we do have Shine. And in the bottom right, we do have Snow. I would have to rewatch that game. Like, how the hell did Snow get out macroed? Like, wasn't he down 20 supply or something? He had 9 gates. He had almost pure Zealot. He had no Storm. He had no Goons. I was like, dude, where's your stuff? Like, I must be missing something. He was floating 1,000 minerals. That just doesn't happen at pro level. I don't know what the heck was going on. with Snow's build order, but he could just not get out of his base other than the initial Zealot move out. On the other hand, Shine has just been macroing really, really well. We've got another, obviously, pylon at the bottom. I think this is going to be a gate opener. I've seen too many games where Protoss sends out a double scout. One probe goes to the natural, one probe goes to the third base, and they're able to deny the hatchery at both bases. So if you deny the hatchery at both bases and you get some gateway pressure, it's just ridiculous amounts of damage. So no shocker to me to see that this is a gateway opener, and on top of it being a 9-gate opener, and no shocker to see Shine opening with Overpool. Now, will he go Lair again is the question. Have we seen any games where it's just been a straight, like, 2-hatch or 3-hatch play? I don't think so, right? I would love to see something like that now, especially on a map like Dark Origin where you can take down those buildings in the back. Or, you know, open them up with a mining of the drones. And we know for a fact Shine has that type of play in the arsenal 100% of the time. Ooh. Ooh. Moving shot. Oh, I think the probe wins. Yeah, I don't know how. Oh, goodbye. And that is not a good sign for Shine now. Losing one drone already. Remember in the Apocalypse game, he lost 2 drones to the Zealot pressure. Oh, wow. He just decides to just build it right there. I mean, I think that's a smart move. You just got to get the hatch down so you can have the larva available. Now, it is going to obviously mess up his eco because this base is going to be off-center. Do you want to build your 3rd hatch over at mid-left at this point? Or do you want to kind of fix your hatch at the natural? Yeah, and the answer is he wants to fix that hatchery at the natural. So already, this is not looking great. However, Shine did not get gas in his main. So it is going to be a mix-up this time. You know, in the past I had seen Effort go for something like, well, you knew it had to be Lings. You knew it had to be Lings, but slow Lings? I was going to say, in the past we have seen Effort go like 5-hatch before gas. You know, in BSL, what was it, Nemu and Avilov also did something similar, I think. Oh, the probe missed the Lings! The probe has missed the Lings, man! So he has no idea that this is going on. I think the probe got in and saw that there was, I was gonna say I think he saw that there was no gas, but actually I don't think he saw that. So he doesn't suspect a thing, but now he's going to, because hello, there are 12 Lings here, and this is a lot of firepower. Oh, catches a Zealot. That is a huge win. 1 gone. Once. Okay, I just realized, does he not have a forge? He's not building a cannon. Was that his cybernetics in his base? Yeah, the forge was at the natural. So he has no cannon. He's just now can start building a cannon, but he's going to lose all of his probes. He doesn't have a probe at his natural anymore, by the way. Okay, this game's over. Snow got really greedy, built cybernetics in his main, delayed the forge, and now he's dead. This pylon dies. There's going to be no more Zealots. It's just going to be probes trying to save the day. How often do you see this? Slow Lings just kill a Protoss. That just doesn't happen. Oh, wow. By the way, Shine had 7 drones. 7. Oh my gosh. Snow, he's had such good early games, man, but for whatever reason, Shine is just like, that's great, man, but good early game doesn't mean that the game is over. And he just steals another one from Snow here. And we're actually going into match point. It is going to be Radiant, the final game of the series. So let's get into it, man. This is... if Shine makes it through, that puts him in the finals. Oh, my God. I'm trying to think who is on the bottom side of the bracket. Well, in the top right, we do have Snow. And in the bottom right, we have Snow. And in the bottom left, we do have Shine. Bottom side of the bracket, isn't it best? Best and who? I can't remember who the remaining player is, but oh, it's Sharp. Best versus Sharp. Okay, so if Shine beats Snow here, and let's just say Best beats Sharp. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if Best can beat Sharp, you got to really like Shine's chances of actually winning the whole thing, because you're taking down the final boss of Protoss right now. Snow, like this guy, he's unbeatable in Protoss versus Terran, but his Protoss versus Zerg is also no joke either. Like you said, his I'm gonna call it a new style because I haven't seen it, until like this past year. This new style of just sitting on 48 to 50 probes and just having an unkillable death ball. Like he steamrolls a lot of Zerg players. Think about Hero in the previous round. Snow massacred him. It wasn't close, and now we've got Shine one game away from taking him down. So you gotta really feel like if we do have a Shine versus Best finals, that Shine has a really good chance of winning the whole thing. I mean, this is really solid play from Shine, especially in a lot of the games just being down, like from the get-go. He's recovered really well. So once again, we have a hatch first, and we have a gate first. Now, I think Snow this time around, I think at this point, you just gotta not lose to crazy stuff. So like last game going for the fast cybernetics, I don't think he's going to get greedy with that again. I think he's definitely going to respect the potential that he could get all in by Lings or Hydras. So it's probably going to be Forge follow-up immediately. And Drone is going to find Protoss at bottom right. And Zealot is on the move once again. Now the probe, okay, this time around obviously didn't block the Nat hatch, but maybe he can get a block here on the third hatch. It's going to be razor thin here. Can he get it down? Oh, he said no, and actually the probe got the first shot off. So this drone is probably dead, by the way. You're not escaping Snow's probe. I'm sorry. Everybody knows his micro is too good. It's not just the Reaver control. It's the Goon control, it's the probe control, it's the everything control. You're not escaping. Once he gets the first shot off, you better have a second drone. Look at, he's got his eyes set on a second drone. If he gets this drone, I think Shine's gonna have to pull out a miracle like he did on Apocalypse, where he just has a killer macro come back. Oh, he gets a second drone. This is crazy. Dude, okay, I guess he gets denied. And at least this time around, Shine is mining, or at least has built his gas, so he could all in Hydras here. This could finally be the game where he all ins. But instead, I think that's a drone going to mid left. Oh my gosh. Did he really go cybernetics in his main once again? Snow didn't learn his lesson from the first time. Oh, okay, it's a Forge in the main. I was about to say, dude, there's no way you kill two drones and you go cybernetics. Like, I feel like you're just playing with fire here. So he does have the Forge. He did send out another probe to make sure that there's a hatchery. He doesn't actually confirm the hatchery at mid left, but I think with the Lings being over there, probably suspects that Shine once again is trying to macro out of this. And he's right. I think the cybernetics did just now go down in the main. Yep, it is halfway done. And for Shine, Lair is on the way. Probe actually going to get the intel on mid left. And I think he saw that. So he will know that, or he will, 100% know that it's actually macro play. Still no speed, so the probe will survive. I think he could actually just get back to the main. At this point, you've scouted enough, haven't you? I mean, maybe he hasn't. Maybe he really does need to see if there's Hydras or... Okay, I thought he's going to skirt the defense there, but Lings get back on track. And we do have no Spire. Okay, there we go. In the back of the mineral line. Meanwhile, you know, just like I was saying earlier, I feel like the only thing Zerg can do is, you know, get some damage done with mutas, but the Apocalypse game kind of proved me otherwise. Shine really didn't do almost any damage with the Mutalist, and he still recovered quite nicely. So I was gonna say Snow should consider going double Stargate, but maybe he shouldn't. Maybe just one is gonna be fine. Oh, that is a lot of Lings. Once again, I guess he did show 6 Zealots, but that is a ton of Lings. 30 probes to 18 drones. That is a big discrepancy right there. He wants to catch these Zealots. He's saying, come out here, dog. I got something for you. Step on out and see what my gift is. But he's not going to fall for it. He's going to wait. Sit back. I think he suspects something. I think that the Overlord stuck around for too long, and the Lings having speed has kind of tipped him off that something funky is going on. So yeah, look at that. That's a third cannon that is natural. He knows that you are up to no good, sir. So he just backs off. I think those are mutas, by the way. I don't think those are Scourge. I think those are mutas. I think he was hoping for the move out, and I think he wanted to just overwhelmingly win the battle and then immediately counter and kill those cannons and try and win the game. So I really do think that those are mutas and not Scourge. And that is the case. Now, the cannon is not done, by the way, at the natural. There is no cannon at the bottom side of the mineral line. Okay, this could do some good damage. There's a probe gone. Another probe gone. How many mutas? There's 6 mutas, 2 Scourge. Okay, wow. No, he knew it from a mile away. He's got 3 cannons in the main. Got, what is it, 3 Corsairs, 2 Corsairs. The muta's taking a lot of damage, and the cannon doesn't die. Oh. Big losses for Shine there. His econ is just completely in the dumps. Look at the mini-map. There are no additional hatches. There's no 4th hatch, no 5th hatch. He's got to do miraculous damage with just these 4 mutas. But the 4 mutas don't one-shot the probes. That's the problem. If he has 5, you know, maybe he can just consistently suicide while trading for probes. But, okay, now he's got some more mutas, but like 745 hatch. Remember I was talking about on the retro game, he had a 530 4th hatch. This is a 745 4th hatch. This is 2.5 minutes later. The worker count is down in the dumps. There's no way he can recover his worker count at this point. Well, at least I don't think he can, but Shine has done it in all the previous games, so maybe he can. Even preemptively built 2 Sunkens for defense. He must get some probe kills. He's got to get probes. Man, the cannon is doing so much damage. And those 3 Corsairs are just lighting them up. Oh, another muta almost dies there. Of course, Snow, because he can't get across the map with his Corsairs, doesn't realize how all-in Shine was, how Shine is. Oh, he almost has critical mass to kill all these mutas. Shine needs to run, man. He needs to get out of here. I think 5 mutas. If there's 5 Corsairs, I think everything gets rolled. Oh, the Corsairs not willing to commit onto that Overlord and Mutalist, but in the main, he's still continuing to build more Corsairs. I can see he's got like 2 or 3 gate, something like that. Not very much, but the first DT is out, and if there's no Overlord at the 3rd base, we may just see an instant GG. I think the DT will just kill too many drones. He's already down so many workers that it could just be way too much damage. Wow, he's killed out all the Lings. I guess he's decided that, you know, I'll just take any free kills that I can get. 7 Lings, that's a big loss. Lings aren't exactly the most important unit in Protoss versus Zerg, but hey, free kills are free kills. That's 200 minerals down the drain now. However, it does tip off Shine that there is a DT out in the map. And he will be safe versus it. DT not going to commit, but does take a lot of damage. Okay. Manages to get into the darkness just in the nick of time. Will not die. Wow, that Overlord is so close to seeing it. But he doesn't. Look at him waiting. Oh, he's getting flanked from all sides. The Overlord from the top is trying to get him. Oh. He can't see him. How does that happen? How does that happen? Well, as expected, you knew it had to come. Mass Mutas, he needed to go Mass Mutas to try and catch up in this game. But how many Corsairs are there? That is a ton of Mutalisks. He does a lot of damage to the Zealots. It doesn't look like there were that many Corsairs. Okay, maybe there were more Corsairs than I thought. What is that, 6 Corsairs? Yeah, 6 Corsairs, 7 Corsairs. Okay, that is a lot. And there's an Archon sitting in the main. So Snow is really on top of it this game. He's not going to be caught off guard with the Muta switch. He's got the perfect composition. Just needs goons. I think if he goes into 8-gate goon, uses the goons with range to just start knocking down hatcheries left and right, I don't think there's any way that Zerg can get engaged into that army. There's way too many Corsairs. There's an Archon. There would be way too many Dragoons. I feel like that's the win condition here. Get goons with range and pop all of these forward hatches. However, that is a ton of Scourge. Actually, 1 million Scourge. And he still has a lot of Mutalisks. This could be an overstep. Mutas have bigger range than this Archon. If he can take it down, this could get dicey. Yeah, I think this is smart to back off. I still don't see any additional Dragoons. And I don't know what happened to the Corsairs, but they're definitely not with the army. Now Shine, realizing his predicament, puts down a couple of more Sunkens preemptively. I thought I saw a probe at mid-right, but there's no hatch just yet. Or no Nexus, I mean. Yeah, there we go. There's the probe. Pylon going down there, but no Nexus just yet. Wow, these units just feel so free. They feel so free. There's only one Archon for defense. Pop that thing, man. Get rid of it. Where are the Sayers? Where the heck are the Corsairs? Is he trying to bait the Mutas out of position so he can counter with the Corsairs and kill all the Overlords? No, they're just in the main. Wow, this is really weird to me. Well, Snow is, once again, only up 15 supply. It's just very shocking that the supplies are so close. However, it's a little bit deceiving because Mutas take up so much supply. I think this is kind of similar to having like a 95 supply army. Okay, Scourge and Mutas not able to find the Corsair connections, and they will just back off once again. Nexus finally goes down, but Shine is, almost even in supply again. I feel like I've seen this before. But I think, unlike the Apocalypse game, his upgrades have got to be lacking, right? Like, if he has +2 weapon here, I'm going to be shocked. Yeah, he has nothing. He has +0. And I remember in ASL, when Jaedong got knocked out, what was it, versus Shuttle? Jaedong made a comment about how his army didn't win because he forgot his +1. So he's going to be down a weapon upgrade here. Snow may even be close to having +2 armor, and if it's +2 armor versus +0, we may not even see a single Protoss unit die. I mean, that's just going to be how strong they are. Well, once again, Shine getting up a really sizable army, 136 to 152. Didn't see that many lurkers, but he does have some. He's going to try and attack at mid-right. Looks like he's not paying attention. He's losing a ton of Corsairs, or a ton of Scourge and Mutalisks. This attack towards the right side, is there an observer? There's no observer. But he doesn't need the observer. Storm can just kill everything. Oh, but it allows Shine to move into position on the choke. It's a good storm. Oh my gosh, he's just got baited into the storm. He gets rid of 2 Templars, but he loses a lot there. Lurkers are still, they're annoying, but they really haven't killed anything. Oh no. Oh no, the Mutas! More than half of them are already gone. Observer pops out, and that means that these Lurkers are going to get taken down. Okay, +1 is kicked in. Finally. Shine is desperately trying to set up a contain, but I don't know if he's going to be given the time for that. I think Snow saw the eggs being morphed, and I think he's just gonna jump on this. Maybe not. Actually, that's a lot of lurkers. So maybe Shine can actually set up a massive contain. There's not a lot of pathways out of this, out of your main as Protoss on Radeon. You know, you just have this entrance here and the bridges on the right side. I guess the bridges are really close, so maybe he can just, you know, swoop on over there. But we do see the massive +2 armor power spike for Protoss. This is a huge swing in his favor. He's just going to be so untouchable. But if the lurker count gets higher and higher and higher like this is what, 12 lurkers at this point? I don't think Snow can ever get out of this position now. I think his only recourse is he's got to swoop around towards the right side and try and come in from there. More Mutalisks are going to die. I'm surprisingly actually getting worried for Snow that he's going to get locked in. Okay, here we go. Snow trying to move out. Corsairs are going to take some losses. Okay, he lost about half of his Corsairs. That's a win for Shine. Didn't really lose that many lurkers either. And once again, Shine is pretty all in with this. He's just non-stop 6-hatch Hydra production, trying to outright just win the game here. I think lurkers have been set up on the right side. Yep, there's 2 lurkers here. Okay. This is going to be Value Town for the lurkers, getting off a lot of damage. Okay, maybe not Value Town. Value Town for those storms. Got a lot of Hydras, and... did I hear a load up again? No, I don't think so, right? Actually, I think I did hear a load up. Nope. I thought that unit moving at bottom middle was an Overlord to go for a drop, but it was actually a drone. So 4th base going to be taken at bottom middle. And Snow, he cleared a pathway to top right. That's going to be where his 4th base is. Hydras are still sharking for these Templar kills, but every time the Hydras come in, they're losing their lives or taking a lot of damage. Like, he has gotten a couple Templars, but I don't know if they've been worthwhile kills just yet. But it's still, you know, manageable. It's 190 to 150. Probe count is still extremely low, so the army value is huge. Okay, maybe that Overlord did have lurkers loaded up. Hopefully it has lurkers loaded up. Oh, the mutas. Okay, they end up avoiding death. Please, 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 please have lurker. Please have lurker. Oh, please. Oh, he does. He does. Yes. Unload. Get these probes. I just saw him do a big transfer. Oh, 8 kills. There we go. That's what we needed. If Shine can get up bottom middle, which I think he will because he has, you know, a ton of units here and a massive contain, he may actually be able to do what he couldn't do on Apocalypse, which was, you know, survive the onslaught and just fall back on Econ. No, desperately trying to get that top right base. He took a lot of losses on the pros, but he's almost maxed at this point. So, you know, like I was saying on Apocalypse, if you're only sitting on 35, 38 probes, this is your only army. You're not going to have a second one. Oh, actually, Shine is hitting at a really good moment where a lot of the units are out of position, but the storms are just so good. The lurkers are also out of position, by the way. Oh, ridiculous storms on the left side. Okay, Zerg does have +2 weapons, so they hit really hard, but is there enough Zerg? The Dragoons are so strong, but Dragoons are dying. They're actually dying pretty fast. Supplies have really shot down for Snow and Shine, but Shine has better econ to fall back on. He's eliminated a lot of the Templars. He got rid of a decent chunk of the goons. There's no Zealots remaining. Oh my, if he sets up lurkers here at the rally point, he can just pick off the mid-right base. Oh, the storms. Incredible storms. Absolutely incredible. Lurkers are moving into position though, but I don't think that they can commit. Yeah, he ends up backing off. The Dragoon army moving back into position to make sure that the rally point is not lost. +3 armor is complete for Snow. Oh, lurkers? Dude, he's cut off this base now. And all the Dragoons went back, so there's not a lot of defense at top right. Picks off a Templar, gets another Templar. Can he get another Templar? He needs to get rid of those observers. Protoss still doesn't know about this base at bottom middle. You can see that there's something patrolling at top left, you know, thinking that there's going to be a base up there, but there isn't. However, all the lurkers move towards top right, which means finally Snow may be able to get out of his base. Oh no, he's not. I still don't think Snow knows about mid left. Oh, a lurker drop, please. Burrow. Oh! More huge losses. Dude, is Shine going to do it? He's only down 15 supply. There is an 18 worker deficit. So army value is huge for Snow. But Snow can't get out of his base. He can't get out. However, Shine is losing steam. His main is about to be mined out. He still has not taken any of the top left bases at all. I think he just now transferred his drones to bottom middle, so he's going to have a big influx of resources pretty soon. And I do see a purple dot finally spots the base. And we've got Snow finally... No! He's going to be denied once again. I thought he was going to get out. He knows now he's got to get out. He's taken so much losses. He has to do something to Zerg. You know what would be really nice? A shuttle drop. Oh, these lurkers and hydras are just so strong. Killed off more key units. Another Dragoon dies. Another Templar dies. Another Templar dies. Forcing out a lot of storms. Actually evaded the storms that time. But Shine is just not willing to give up this position. This is his lifeline here. Preventing the move out, you know, allows him to continue to mine this bottom middle base. I would still love to see a shuttle drop, and there we go. It's almost like he heard me. There's no way to attack top right. There's just way too much there. Too many cannons. There's actually not that many drones here. Okay. He may end up losing the shuttle. Okay, he got a couple of drones, but I don't know if that was worth, actually. It really doesn't look like Shine can attack anywhere. At the same time, it doesn't seem like Protoss can get out of his base very easily. So I think the best course of action here from Shine is just continue to sit here with your endless amount of lurkers and take top left. Try and stall the game out. Try and force this Protoss to just mine out all of his bases and just get starved to death. Another Hydra interception. The lurker unloaded, but this time around gets immediately picked off. Oh, I guess we missed a drop there. How many kills? 5. You know, I don't even know if that was the same Templars that unloaded earlier, and I think they had 5 originally. So not too sure if he actually got any more kills there. But now, Snow, he has recovered his work account, now at 42. Shine does have top left, though, and that's a big win for him to get that base up and running. Hydra's trying to get into position to intercept this shuttle, but not able to find it. Oh, I just realized it's a slow shuttle, so it's going to die discouraged. Now we've got Snow moving out. Really good storms. Takes down all the lurkers. Lurker at the top. The army's just so tiny, though. The majority of his army is Templars, and it doesn't seem like he has that many storms available. Good dodge. Dude, Shine is within 10 supply now. He's up a base. He's 5 base versus 4. What am I watching? Dude, I just saw Zerg lose a ton of supply, but at the same time, is this the entire Protoss army? No. I see some army coming from top right. Oh my gosh. I guess that was an overstep. I think Shine thought the whole army was that, and actually it's not. Oh no, did he goof one time? He has no more lurkers anymore. It's just Hydras. He has so many Templars. Yeah, look at this. He's scrambling to build Sunkens. Oh my god. Shine. One overstep and he loses his whole army. Now this bottom base is breached. There's no way this can be saved. There's no Muta switch to save today. Look at the supplies. 50 to 125. And the GG comes out. And that means that Snow, once again, he's going to do it. He's going to make it into the finals. But this was an incredibly close series. Way closer than I anticipated. You've got to give props to Shine here. He played out of his mind, and keep in mind, not only was it a 4-3, it was a 4-3 where Shine, in like, what was it, 3 or 4 games, lost 1 drone or 2 drones, and he still brought it this close. So really impressive play from Shine. He did mix in, a variety of plays, a couple of all-ins, a couple of macro plays. I like the Muta switch. I like the drop on Apocalypse. I like this play on Radiant. This was fantastic. But Snow, he's going to be feeling really good about sneaking by here because Shine really looked like he might have been able to take that game. So well done from Snow. He moves into the finals. Of course, Shine is not out of the tournament just yet because we have a 3rd and 4th place match. He'll be facing off versus the winner of Sharp and Best. That's going to be a Protoss versus Terran. So that's going to be another exciting matchup. I think Shine really wants to have Best in the finals, or in the 3rd place match, because if he can get another Protoss, based on what I've seen today, where he's just playing from a deficit and still winning, I think for sure he could solidify 3rd place here. So that is it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you like the content brought to you by StarCast TV, definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter, making a donation through PayPal, becoming a YouTube supporter. All of the money really does help a lot to fund these tournaments and create the content that you're seeing. So once again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next match, which will be Sharp versus Best.